carries who have Battle Fury, who are just trying to like out carry each other. Like Ursa will go like Battle Fury, Blink, MKB, Basher, and will slaughter the PA. And then PA, of course, will have some like Abyssal Blade or whatever killing other people. Like it is just going to be like two big carries. And you know, I fully agree. I think the offlaners, they need to find ways to survive the matchups. I feel like the Lion and the Underlord, if you block certain camps, if you do these little shenanigans, it is deceptively better than maybe. But I think both offlaners on both teams, if they crumble too quickly, we will just see either carry just maybe take over the game. So again, it is just an exciting game. I think both teams they've drafted for their carries clearly, and it is exactly what we asked for.
Yes, absolutely that. Mid lane's going to be hype as well. Of course, we got the first phase mids on both teams, which is very cool. Like when the mid laners just go, screw it, just lock our heroes in. You guys can do the drafting. We're just going to, I don't know, go practice against bots for a bit whilst you guys draft. You know, that's just like a very Chad way for mid laners to do things right now. As everyone's just spinning on the side of Estar backs, which I also like. But yeah, I mean, in theory, the Ember comes out on top. It's a naturally Ember-favored matchup. However, I have seen a lot of Storms do well in this. I'm going to talk about... I've talked about him so much. I haven't even cast him once, but I'm going to talk about him again. Tai Lung did really well. It's a blast into an Ember Spirit. Just harassing the ever-loving crap out of the Ember. Just right-click, 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 right-click. You know, utilizing the Storm's naturally high attack speed to sort of bully the Ember. And suddenly his spells don't seem to matter as much anymore, and that is always the impact a ranged mid laner can have. So we'll see if PP can come out ahead. Of course, he's got the MMR advantage and the Grandmaster advantage, unless Pokemon doesn't have Dota Plus. Who knows? But yeah,
I think Pokemon's been bronze on a lot of heroes.
I think you're right. Angel. Yeah, I think. Oh dear, that's a little painful, but the dagger actually goes onto the boar instead. So.
Yeah. They kind of baited me. It honestly looked like they were about to full send it, but like you said, yeah, they just threw dagger on a different hero onto the boar, sorry, and then just walked away. Yeah,
just murders his own boar. But yeah, daggers to kill boars are always really nice. The Witch Doctor's pretty naff at killing the boars off, but PA is pretty good at it. He doesn't have to leave lane to do so like many other carries would. So. Oh, PP getting a little low here. It's okay though, it's mid lane. They've got Qualifiers. It's just trading. Just suffering with these early trades due to the sleight of fists coming out. As Michael, Maldic, it's gonna hurt, and the blood grenade comes out as well. It's not gonna hurt enough though. Michael is going to survive for now.
Yeah,
and
Amaru actually blundered the top lane a bit there. They opted to split where they're going on again. Like they maledicted the Nyx rather than the Beastmaster. They didn't want to use the blood grenade straight away, and then K1 had dagger on cooldown. So I think honestly, Nyx should have died there.
Could have died.
And yeah, but
shoulda, coulda, didn't. Bottom lane, they're going to go onto the Enchantress now as Excel's getting blasted. Uses the Nature's Attendants, doesn't have any more heals left, but they just don't have enough damage, so Excel is going to live. Not sure they could have done that any better on the side of Amaru.
Bench being level 2, now getting a point in enchant. And the small camp is blocked, so she's going to have to walk over to the hard camp. Just get a little hellbear. Honestly, not the worst, especially when it dies and it gives the attack speed aura. If it's in a good position, they might be able to utilize it.
Good old death throw.
Yeah, back when Chen was able to always pick what he started with, it was just pick the hellbear one, run the creep under tower, and just full send dive. It was quite an egregious facet, honestly. Oh, Ursa's career is dying top because he was trying to get the ring out. Panda, you have sent. That is. Oh,
Panda. Panda.
This is kind of this is very lane losing.
Yeah, it's also first blood, so
yeah.
Yeah. Oh damn! If he stacked that whilst getting the kill, that would have been so cool. He almost did. That would have been like mega style points.
Yeah. Honestly, a little disheartened by how Amaru played the safe lane. Like, it feels like there should have at least been one kill under the name right now, but
it started so well as well, just running it down with the Maledict. Looks sick. K1 getting a little low here. The boars are starting to get to work. There's an Maledict coming down onto Angel. Angel should fall here. There is a stick. There is a fairy fire, but now he's all out. One more dagger will be required, or maybe not. Maybe Angel's just going to pop. Yeah, he is. Ain't surviving that one. There you go. You happy now, T-Gov?
So much happier. Like, should have been the lane the entire time. Like, go, 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 kill, kill, kill. Yeah, it took a little bit of time, but maybe now that they've kind of felt the aggression, felt kind of like the rhythm of how these two heroes operate, where they're going to be firing on full cylinders. That's, I'm sure, a phrase, I think.
It is. Absolutely right.
Yes, go me.
You got
English is my only language.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's the only one you need, he says, casting SA qualifiers and not able to understand anything they say in all chat.
For legal reasons, that was a nomad take. I don't attach myself to that. I feel like language is beautiful. Wonderful. Anyway, back to you, Nomad.
No, I tried learning Spanish once. It's a nice language, actually. It's a lot easier than English, that's for sure. Stuff just makes sense. Although, gendering everything is always strange. It's just like, this is a door, and the door is, of course, male. Oh, okay. Pencil. Female for some reason. It's never... I don't know. Everyone just seems to know it as well. So curious.
I think, yeah, I've had to learn Spanish for like 5 years in school. But it was always like, they never really progressed further than like, where is the library? What is honestly, it was like Duolingo for 5 years, but at school, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I think learning languages in school is extra bad because you can only go as fast as like the worst student. And the worst student usually isn't very good.
That's normally probably us.
Yeah, I was going to say. I was very good. Yeah.
But you can at least, even though the kind of pressure of Witch Doctor and PA didn't kind of satisfy what I was hoping for, the kind of the CS is still reflecting that there is pressure getting applied, right? It is 28 CS for the PA to 18 of the Beastmaster. And they're even rotating the lineup here. They're trying to go for a kill, but they... What?
The split aggression is quite something, but I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? You just remove the Beastmaster from the fight, you go for the easier kill onto Michael, and you know that Angel can't really do a whole lot now that... well, K1 did tank like 3 tower hits there, but can't do a whole lot now that his support is dead. Panda going to want to get down some vision in this triangle, or maybe just take the Watcher.
I don't think I've said best many times in a cast before. I gotta stop looking at top lane.
They're playing it interesting. There's a rotation coming down the bottom side. They do have the chains to stun up the Underlord. And Pokon will just leave. He realizes that he's done what he needs to do to get the kill. And all right, Pokon, there you go. I'm gonna head back. See you in a bit. And PP is getting good pressure on the middle tower whilst the Ember is away.
No, it's absolute despair for the Underlord. If at any point the Lion leaves him, there is a massive target on his back. Like, Ench Ursa will happily go for a kill. Of course, Lion is kind of the reason why they might live, as both of the supports are off to try and kill Michael, but he just presses carapace and disengages. The question here for Amaru is, like, is breaking down the lanes at this point, like, is this the correct move? I'm guessing Underlord will just want to hit the jungle now, because if Underlord dies again bot lane, of course, the answer to the question is very simple. But you'd also like to think that with a Witch Doctor and a Lion, wherever they go, you should be able to net some kills. As long as you don't jump in nicks with carapace.
Yeah, that wouldn't be ideal.
No, not ideal at all.
Yeah, both offlaners I'm expecting to sort of retire at some point soon.
Jesus, man, don't be so rude. They're still playing in the qualifier. What are you on about?
Over. You gotta recognize that. From the lane, to clarify, but that's a really good rotation from 17 Pokorn. It's going to get them probably 2 kills here. He's got slight chains available in just a couple of seconds. A pesky creep wave in the way, and that will stop him from going for any more. And still had that fairy fire available. Pokorn sees that, says, hey, you know what? I've done what I need to. Let's not overextend, feed anything away. Jobs are good. And nice early moves from the Ember Spirit. We do indeed see him going for this Urn build, so this is also going to help him accelerate his game. But Michael, it's gone a little too far in the middle lane. Pokorn running in, looking for Janet,
K1's
but
middle.
K1 with the rotation. That is curious. And what is Ember Spirit just kind of dancing around at the moment? He's really trying to min-max this one and almost pays the price for it, but does get back to his Remnant eventually. K1 still in the neighborhood, though. They will not be laying eyes on each other.
Ooh. Panda tried to go a bit of aggression as well top, but I mean, fair play. Kind of a cool rotation from K1. Maybe could have got the kill. Pokon, I love the aggression, going bot for the underlord kill, rotating around the map. Like, he is being an absolute menace, and we're just not seeing Storm Spirit be able to match the Ember's play. Of course, Ember is just a lot better at these kind of cheap movements in the early game. You run somewhere, you put Remnant back in the other lane. Like, you're never really losing out on the map, but Storm Spirit, every move has to be perfect. It needs to be like calculated. Whilst Parker come through the Twin Gate, just trying to run down K1, carry on carry aggression at the 9-minute mark, and yep, he's gone. The race to Battle Fury, very much advantage Parker at the moment, leading by about 1,000 gold.
That's a chunk of change, isn't it? That is a huge amount. And again, you know, you do have to look at that rotation to mid and say, you made that rotation as a carry, you don't get anything out of it. It is a lot of time spent just running in between lanes after that, which is going to come in as a cost. And now with that rotation, it's it's looking really good for Parker on the Ursa.
Yeah. I mean, there's just multiple things from Amaru in the early game. It's the lack of aggression from the Witch Doctor in the laning phase. It's the line rotating top to give Parker a free kill on the Underlord. Like, all these things just kind of naturally make Parker feel more comfortable, because all the negatives that I just mentioned, it's kind of aggression near K1. It's Pokon having complete freedom on the map because the side lane pressure is in play. Like, I think Estar, as much as the net worth is kind of close for the Beast and Ember, I mean, the fact that these kind of mistakes have occurred for Amaru, it is kind of exactly how Estar often win their games, right? Parker leading the charge.
Absolutely. They are playing their style of Dota at the moment. Amaru, though, you know, they're going to take things a little slower, of course. They do have the slower heroes, as PP trying really hard for this rune, and it's just going to feed his life away. Oh, no. That was a very costly death. He was the one hero who was kind of pulling ahead out of their team. If he hits a good timing on those greaves, I was still kind of expecting him to start to make some plays happen, to be that kind of sticky, annoying mid laner, but that's going to set him back a lot as K1 gets low up on the top side to the Roar from Angel, and Angel's going to use the opportunity instead to run down Panda. I think this game's getting out of control a little bit. I know it doesn't look like that from a net worth, but I mean, the net worth doesn't mean a whole lot when you're watching what we're watching.
Yeah, the real debate will be, how do they respond right now? And the response is trying to go into the Beast Master, who is taking tier 1 tower top.
Looks like it will be a kill, and a pretty important one at that. PP, of course, going to need a lot to bring him down, but does do so in the end with the help of the Firestorm. But there is a whole menagerie chasing the Underlord here. Gotta get away. Excel comes in from the sidelines.
Give it to the Beast,
No
give it to the
way.
Beast.
No. You just gotta take this one, surely.
All right, PP's dead off screen.
He certainly is. And yeah, okay, Angel will be given the kill after all. Shout out Excel. What a support player, man. He does two things in this world. That is his anime figurines and enabling his cause.
Throw a throwback to a different series on a different day, a different panel point.
I
But
will
fair
never
play
forget that. That's one of my favorite cam moments of all time.
if you remember from chat, fair play, lads.
That's
Then you're a true
a
SA
ball goal
qualifier.
right there. That's
Yeah,
true SA qualifier heads only.
Estar, they're just chilling. Like, Michael just lived mid, pressured. Oh, I say that.
Yeah, Estar back.
Is there
Certainly
any
not super cheap. He's still got the remnant down, so he's just kind of baiting, fighting, maybe baiting a little bit too much now. Alrighty.
That's what you call in the industry.
And Amaru are back.
Yeah, sure. There you go. That's the PMA way to say it. Whew, okay, that was very unnecessary. I was about to praise Estar on like just the discipline on like how fluid their moves were, just kind of drifting from lane to lane, but never feeling like it was forced. And as I was preparing that sentence in my head, they did that. So yeah, well, either way, before that play, the point stands.
Yeah,
of course,
Pokon
Estar now
had a remnant the entire time down as well, so could have just left. Chose to try to bait out far too much. Didn't realize there were 4 heroes around. It just ended up getting massacred. Raw coming out
the key thing
onto the Witch
on
Doctor,
the
but in
Beast.
comes PP with the response, getting on top of the Beastmaster, and the Malik's going to be there as well. Death Ward comes down, and Angel is gone. Panda's still alive. He's just letting it go. Full duration Death Ward used. Yeah, no worries. Will eventually fall, but what else can they get for it? Pokon's in the neighborhood, of course, getting down the chains, but they'll turn around on Amaru, look over towards Michael. Michael slowed up into oblivion and killed off by K1. Hector getting himself a critical kill here. Down the bottom side, meanwhile, Parker getting pressure on the tower. He's got that Battle Fury finish, so he really wants to start taking over the map. This tower would be massive for him to build more space for himself on the map.
Yeah, it's honestly just surprising. Estabax, the last two moves they've made are just so unnecessary, right? It's like the Ember diving mid with the Nyx, and then you have Beast rotating to mid, and playing through Beastmaster at this stage of the game is an exceptional thing to do. Like, if you're ever playing with Beastmaster, his Helm of the Dome timing is the thing you play on. It's like Dota 101. But he rotates to mid, and the Ember and the lads are still trying to get back to mid after the previous mistake. So you've kind of like made a mistake, gone, guys, play on the Beast. That's the correct thing to do. But they haven't like factored in actually bringing the correct numbers, and they've rushed it. So you've actually made two mistakes because of just one, and I think, yeah, Amaru are going to be very happy with that, just knowing they can just stabilize the game. Just a tad more, of course. I think the saving grace for them is that Ursa is still yet to get the Blink Dagger, of course. Still exceptionally farmed, but just knowing that your Storm might have Greaves in time, as Pokemon just runs it down mid again, and is he going to die?
I think he might. He's got the Maledict on him. It's going to hurt.
It was
Actually,
a late Maledict. He's
came
fine.
really late.
Yeah,
He's okay.
Yeah, he's okay. But still, my guy is just running it down the lanes. Of course, if all of this is because he wants Parker to farm, he's doing it. He's successful.
Space created should be liberally used on the voice line from Pokemon here, because that was a full 5 men to mid. It's also Storm mana dumping him as well, which always feels quite nice. Of course, with Arcane Soul Ring, it's not too bad, but it is going to force PP back to base earlier than he really wants to go. And we are just 28 gold away from the Guardian's Greaves. So with Greaves, it's going to allow you to play a little bit easier into the chains, and just generally give you that tankiness to be annoying and upfront.
Yeah. And PA's Battle Fury is now on the Courier, flying out. Ooh. So how will his farm change based onto the Ursa? I feel like at this state, as we watch Michael get jumped up with the Lion and the Storm Spirit, let's use the Dust, and it's a kill. Yeah, this is where PA, bottom of all the calls, but she will start creeping up, as long as she doesn't randomly die. Parker with the Blink Dagger, though, you very much can kill.
Oh my god, he's
the
so
PA.
farmed. What the hell? He's massive. What is...
It's at the stage of the game where, like, you might even look at him and go, go on, mate, buy Basher MKB, just be a bit of a cheeky devil. Of course, he needs BKB. Like, I'm not going to undersell that. Like, into Storm, Underlord, Lion, Witch Doctor, it is such a great item at ensuring Ursa to play the game. So realistically, Basher, BKB, MKB after makes sense, but you know how Parker plays. Like, he's queuing up Moonshards and Rapiers and whatnot. Like,
double Sanjin Yasha?
Yeah. Like, in reality, we know what he's going for. As Storm is roared for a second. Press Greaves. I'm sure he's dead.
Greaves. Yeah. And oh, that was unfortunate for the Raptor. Could have maybe got the zip away, but yeah. Helm of the Overlord Beastmaster coming at you. Gotta respect it. Didn't respect it, now you're dead. 550 gold for the Beastmaster as well. Angel is getting the stonks right now, and PA's in trouble. Uh-oh. K1's going down. Pokon finds him.
Panda.
Also gone. My god. Guys, Ursa has a Blink Dagger. Didn't use it to kill me, but he has it.
The map is just complete despair for Amaru. Like, they just need to get their heroes in the same position, pretty much. Like, they need their supports to play behind the Storm, keep poking for these kills, like, kind of open up the map for Underlord and PA to farm. But right now, if you're not making these moves in the supports, then your farm lineup is just going to get just destroyed by the pickoff.
They're making a play here onto the Ursa. Fingers coming down. He needs to get off the in-range, and he won't be able to do so. No one's there to save him. An incredibly greedy camp for Parker to farm, and he does get punished for it appropriately. Michael sees Mr. PP, but with that Maledict upon him, recognizing that it's time to go. Unfortunately, he's been seen. There's a dragon coming to help him out, but I think he might be dead to the Maledict regardless. And now Death Ward coming down to farm the Wolves and to farm the Ancient Black Dragon. Very nice. Meanwhile, Angel's getting picked off. Hello, Amaru. They're back in the game, T-Governor.
How many times are you going to say that in this game, actually?
As many times as it happens.
Well, at least Amaru started doing what I very quickly asked for. And, you know, play for pickoffs, keep poking. Like, you can't just sit back and farm if you're Amaru. Like, the heroes that you don't have this natural formation where you, like, park up in a triangle and you're, you know, unkillable. you are this like free-flowing movement of like smoke, get kill, maledict, finger, storm, zip, underlord comes in, bada bing, bada boom, reset, go. Like you have to just always be on your toes, and they just haven't done that at all. So it is cool to see that they have some life in them. It helps that Estar backs seem to go from great, beautiful pickoff play into awkwardly walk into area and die. They are the two, modes Estar backs are playing on right now. But like even after all of that, the gold is still 4,000 to Estar backs. So it's not as if Amaru suddenly have like created a net worth lead to play on. Of course, they are locked into some cooldowns. Lion 15 seconds for a finger. And then 20 seconds for the Death Ward from Witch Doctor. Not that important in the fights, but all these small things will add up. Estar backs, they know that they can be aggressive. They can cross the river. The Ember's about to pick up a Mage Slayer. He's very, very tanky. And the first Roshan is absolute freebie for the side of Estar backs with the Helm of the Overlord and Ursa. Of course, they have a medallion as well from the neutral items. First Aegis at 19 minutes will go the way of Estar backs.
Twill, Parker getting himself a little bit of protection, which in fairness he probably needs considering his last play. That's alright. That's why you get yourself an Aegis first. PB, in deep, farming up some camps. See, Parker, Genek, he's going to go for him here. Finger coming down, they just want to take that Aegis, and there you go, Aegis gone. PP and Genek, the little strike squad in the back lines, immediately TPing out of this one. Parker won't be finding anything here. Nice Aegis, completely taken away. Really, really good play there from Amaru.
Oh, top. Oh, Corny has a remnant out. He's trying to be a little cheeky devil with the haste.
He is. Oh, what the? Oh, it's the sleight of fist thing.
Oh.
So, one of the quirks of Ember Spirit is that when you're using Sleight of Fist, you essentially have another remnant on the floor, which you will return to when the Sleight of Fist ends. So if you use Activated Fire, sometimes, it's not consistent, but sometimes, I think it's if you go over the maximum range of Activate Fire remnant, then you'll just hop straight back to your Sleight of Fist. It's odd. Stun out onto Michael. Michael getting blasted down and killed off.
Well, honestly, it's fine for Estar backs. That's a smoke. But the Nyx just broke. The Nyx just, he's 1 and 8. Like, what's the difference between a 7th death and an 8th death? It's like, it's all the same at this point.
That's some support logic right there, if I've ever heard it.
I mean, he bought Blink Dagger as well, so it's fine. He might even live next time he plays. It was quite a slow reaction from Amaru breaking smoke. There's about 2 seconds of like kind of buffer time. But PA showing on the bot wave there, smoked again. At least this is the type of Dota that I want to see from Amaru. This constant like exploration of the map, but they're using a lot of smokes to do it. So this might unravel in
This
in the
feels
future
like
when they don't have as many.
the team call is essentially they're going to get BKB soon, and when that happens, I think these exploration parties aren't going to work. So use all your smokes now, get all your kills now, and to be fair, that is a fantastic play to get the kill into the middle lane. Genek is doing work. Get your kills before the BKBs come out and build yourself a little bit of a buffer so that you can survive the aggression.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine. And you know what I said about Parker and how he plays the game and how he reads based on like the tempo? His itemization is so tempo driven. I joked about him going MKB.
Oh yeah, he's just gone that.
He's just got MKB. He's got it in like what, 500 goals time? And that still will create it is a beautiful item choice in the fact that the story of the game will be based on it. Will he enter a fight, get hit by an Underlord Duels that he just picked up, into a fight, into a pit, into death, like a Lion Hex? Or does he always jump PA, kill her in like 1.5 seconds, and then Amaru have nothing to play on, right? Like it really is like the...
It's all in.
It's the 50-50 itemization choice for sure. Spell, of course, with the double capital E's.
Essentially, if the Lion or the Underlord are nearby when he tries to jump this PA, and to a lesser extent Storm and Witch Doctor, there's a few options here, which could just absolutely ruin Parker's day until he lands the BKB, but at the same time he's going to farm a BKB extremely quickly, and it's kind of just his idea, if I'm not looking to really run this home right now. I also know I'm not getting an Aegis anytime soon. So, get the MKB, play opportunistic Dota 2.
Radiant's top tower
And when the BKB comes about, it can be a bit more front lines. Ooh, stunned by the dust. Interesting. Doesn't matter though, Michael's still going down.
What's the difference between the 8th death and the 9th death? You know what I mean?
One, I think, is the difference.
Ah,
Yes,
yes,
one
and
equals
also
two.
So, I would like to see Amaru pick up at least one 4-staff on their lineup. Just because, like, the way that Estar kills, it's like inside a root, an impale, or a roar. But if you ever displace them, Ursa's already blinked on that location of the stun, and then he has to waste like a little bit of time to like reposition once again. So I feel like it could be in the type of fights from Amaru. It's like you need to throw in all these little bit of layering. Like it's the Yule Save of an Underlord, it's the Ghost Kite of a Lion. They are jumping on edge. Beastmaster is on the bot side of the map, has TP, blink dagger gold if he wants to, but also might opt for the BKB. No, he just goes straight blink.
Yep, I like it. But maybe that,
It really is an indicator of, like, yeah, exactly. They need to make a move. I feel like they've kind of sat back and allowed Amaru to dictate the kind of the pick-off game in the last like 4 to 5 minutes. And when you have Parker pick up the MKB, unless Parker is telling his team, I want the entire BKB as well, you kind of feel like they should be making their own moves.
You would think so? We'll see how that kind of comes into play. Of course, there is still a lot of caution being shown. I don't know.
Connect.
Would you say Estar are on a timer this game? Or can either team
The heroes
take
that we have in play, there is no like simple timer between these two drafts. Like it really is a matter of like fight selection, itemization. Like it, I think both lineups just look really nice throughout the game. As Panda, they went for a really deep dive to try and find the Beastmaster, but I don't know who used the scan, but it connected, and that alone gave Beastmaster enough reason to just blink out from the jungle camp he was farming. So, great scan usage from Estar.
was good, and PP of course has the Invis rune, so he was able to just get himself away, holding the Greaves as well. We'll look at
Look bot
Pokorn
lane.
here if the Lion's able to connect, and yeah, Janek is in the area. This could be bad for Pokorn. He's changed things pretty nicely here, but with K1 coming to help out as well, it's a death for Pokorn.
Yeah, it also goes back to the fact that PP and Genic sniped Parker's Aegis really early, right? Because like, if he had that Aegis, you might even look towards Estar trying to take every tier 2 tower with the Beastmaster. Ursa will then jump in, you know, trade his first Aegis life for the fact that he can then, you know, reposition and go for more. Just swiping that away was honestly quite a game changer. Not game changer, like kind of
I think it was. I think it changed the pace of the game entirely. It's basically pre-BKB that Aegis functions as a BKB would, allowing Parker to play wherever he wants to restrict more of the map of Amaru, is what I would say. What up?
Panda did the thing. He bought a 4-staff. Yay. He was
Yippee.
he was holding on to a worrying amount of gold. He had 1,800 gold with like nothing spent. And normally, if this was a pub, all these witch up to players are like, if I feed 12 more times with my Gree, that's angst. But Panda, he knows. He just locks in, gets the 4-staff, and we'll see how he wants to position there. And of course, just the. Oh god, they're jumping mid. K1 had to use his BKB.
Yeah, he's just stuck at the moment, but K1 will be able to back himself away from this one. So raw for a BKB. It's a neutral trade at the moment. Ursa looking for a way into this fight. He's nearby, but pretty far. They've run in the right direction, Amaru, to get themselves away. Angel blinks forwards here. That's actually very aggressive posturing from him.
K1's going back in.
Yeah, they're ready for the return. In comes PP, looking for a target. He's actually just picked up this Orchid. They have to be so careful that they not give Parker a play. He's going to jump in onto Storm. Storm has a zip away, though. No bashes for the Ursa because he doesn't have a basher. Would be why. Dagger's coming back the other way as Chain's coming down. The Lion forced to stand his ground. There's the Orchid coming down onto the Ember Spirit Ember. He has the shield rune, but is that enough to keep him alive? Death Ward coming through as well. It's good damage coming back the other way, but Pokorn, his time is up. He's got the Maledict on him, so he will fall. K1 gets a kill. Parker jumping in, but he's got to be careful here. He doesn't have an ultimate anymore. and he doesn't have a BKB. Nobody does. As XL gets himself caught
So
out
deep.
a little out of position here, and they are finding the punishes. Both supports will be taken down here along with the Ember Spirit. Amaru are holding on and forcing so many mistakes out of Estar.
I don't understand Estar. Like they're jumping into this engagement, and again Parker, he's just not there. Like I don't know if that's between Parker being out of position or Estar, jumping too early, but between the two, they had this initiation on K1 on the mid lane, force out his BKB, and then you fast forward another 15 seconds, then Parker appears, jumping in with the BKB, but Amaru, they beautifully just keep kiting back, keep inviting the aggression, going, please, you can kill us, but it's not in our triangle, it's at our tier 2. It's at the jungle camps to the right-hand side of the tier 2. And that is exactly what Amaru needed, especially because they used such, critical items so early in the fight. The BKB, the Greaves, the Yules, they had to bide their time.
No, he's not. Okay, we can watch the replay in peace.
But it's just like when you look at this replay, just look at this. They go for the stun, but the communication is really good for Amaru. It's just the instant disengage. They don't overcommit. And then as soon as Parker uses BKB, it's like, just seeing the whole team just shift to the right is just really good understanding of where you want to engage. And the Ember just gets caught off guard, I think, by the Orchid of the Storm.
Yeah, I've got another fight taking place right now as they're able to blow up the Enchantress deep into the enemy jungle, and then immediately looking down to the bottom lane to try to get a kill onto Michael also, but Michael, he is in the tree line and will not be picked off.
This is where Estar, they have to just be a lot cleaner with who they jump. They have plenty of damage. That is not a problem at all. They have the items, they have the heroes, they have literally everything you could ask for to blow up a hero from 100 to 0. But they are still struggling to connect on it.
They played the laning phase a lot better on Estar, but some of these mistakes have been really harshly punished by Amaru.
Yeah. And now Roshan, because it was taken so early by Estar, we are now at that phase of the game that whoever gets picked off in the next minute or two will probably be the victor to also take Roshan. As it does respawn bottom. Parker smoked. Both teams are smoked.
Parker does get hexed up here, but gets off the in-range, but immediate Yules. BKB comes out late, but allows him to get away. But that means no BKB for the Roche fight. But Roche is going to take a bit of time to get up to the top lane, of course. The
Arcane bottom.
long walk through the river. BP happily grabbing that Arcane rune. Incredible rune for the Storm to grab.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Are there any smokes left on... Yeah, there's 2. Okay, there's so many smokes actually available for Amaru. Ooh. The Ember completed the Agnums. Interesting choice, honestly. I feel like the way that the game's progressed for him, just getting a BKB, even like a Lotus, if he didn't want to go for BKB and wanted some armor against the PA, just some type of dispel would have been quite nice, but... He just blinked into all of them.
What? Well, guess he's dead. I mean, pretty damn tanky to be fair. Deathward comes down as well, and the Maledict is upon him. He's already got the kill into... Well, actually, no, it's Michael who's dead in the backline. The Witch Doctor is still alive somehow through all of this, just healing up with the Voodoo Restoration. He's not going to be struggling at all. Now look to kill off the Helm of the Overlord as well. Meanwhile, K1, he is into the pit. I mean... They're not playing as a team on Estar. I think that is the main issue here, is that Angel is a bit of a maverick. Pokecorn also been a bit of a maverick, which I think gets you through the first 20 minutes of the game really nicely. Everyone's making plays, everyone's feeling good, but there comes a point where the discipline has to come in. Nice try from Pokecorn there, trying to go for the Aegis steal with the Remnants, but a little off time. Cute idea, but not going to happen.
That's right. They're just not. They're not just not playing as like cleanly as a team as Amaru. I fully agree. I think that the early game individual skill is clearly there for Estar. Like they have all the tools to be able to take over an early game, but just the coordination of like where and why they want to put heroes on the map is just not really working the same way compared to Amaru. And K1, it's taking him a really long time, but he is potentially going to overtake the Ursa in net worth throughout this Aegis window. At least now he's in contention to even be close to the Ursa. That is something that we haven't even been bothering to talk about because it has just been an uphill battle for him the entire time.
Yeah.
does have the Abyssal Blade complete coming out on the Courier. So a very defensive style of build, right? The Manta and the BKB, of course, utilizing the Battle Fury for the farm. Now finally going for a bit more aggression through the Abyssal Blade. But pretty much like for him, that's either an Abyssal to stop the Ursa when he jumps him, or he can assist and, just break, just slaughtering the Ember.
There's a lot of tools to slaughter this Ember. I don't predict Pokemon being able to do a whole lot outside of dancing around. Like, this fight goes one of two ways for the Ember Spirit. He either gets jumped and dies pretty much instantly, or he's going to be able to remnant into the backlines whilst there's distractions, whilst there's fighting going on, get himself a kill, play off the shard, and this Aghanims can really come alive for you. And you can be a real nuisance, but it's not easy. It would have been much easier to play this game with a BKB. So
But it's like, as long as... But how you described it is what you need to see, right? Like, you want to see him press like 4 remnants at the start of a fight, create this chaos. Like, if he's doing that, then the Ember, the itemization is fine, because he's giving so much information. But if he doesn't press like 3 remnants, go crazy, and do everything you just mentioned, then sure, I would have preferred to see the BKB. But they are smoked up. They are trying to run into the Aegis PA. Who can they find?
Well, bye-bye Lion. He is just immediately taken out, and nothing used by the Ursa, by the way. No BKB, no Enrage, and now the Roar coming down onto K1. This is his first life. Going, gone. As the Underlord comes across, he throws down that Pit of Malice, tries to buy some space for the PA. PA is going to come back here, and of course, no Roar on the second life, as in the backlines, PP is just having absolute blast. Taking down Pokecorn with that Orchid. Now looking over towards Excel. Excel is going to fall. So... a bit of a split fight here. I don't want to say it's like a full-on loss for Estar backs. Of course, losing your Ember hurts. But you do take away the Aegis. There's at least something forced out of this. But now, Amaru looking to push down here as Parker goes in. That is aggressive. There comes the Abyssal onto its head. Enrage still available, trying to wait until post-BKB to use it, and they get the kill onto this Underlord, and look at the Ember go. He's running in. He knows that there is an Orchid waiting for him, and he's not going to let it get off for free. Bouncing around to the side, looking for a target. K1 turns around. Dagger Bash going to come in, but the chain's going to be there. Parker closing the gap onto K1, forcing out the BKB. Parker goes in. Enrage gets used, but immediately used up into the air. Stunned as well. He cannot get the damage onto K1. K1 gets away to the backlines. They will get on top of Pokecorn, who's just brought back into this one. He needs to live. Huge Sleight of Fist coming out, going to keep him invincible for quite a long time. And Panda's the one to fall and step, but Pokecorn still chased by PP. Cannot get PP off him as they'll turn around. Stun comes out. Pokecorn still alive, and it's PP who dies instead. Oh no! Parker gets on top of him, gets the bash, gets the kill. Jenik in trouble now as well. He's trying to get away, but he is just not going to do so. The chains come out, the damage comes in. Angel on a killing spree now as 4 heroes dead on the side of Amaru. Estar backs finally got the puzzle pieces together, and man, it looked good.
I kind of want to see a replay in that fight, because to me, I'm looking at an Amaru who's trying to clutch up, right? They understand the threat that Estar Bax is bringing to that fight, the constant chase down, the layering of little pokes and prods and stuns. But K1, brother just dipped from the fight so quickly. Like, he was like, no, I don't want to try and clutch this, I'm out. And of course, Estar Bax are going to go, thank you very much. And the saves, of course, with the Nyx Assassin helping the Ember live. The slight lasted like 7 years, so he was able to disengage. But I gotta say, from K1, like, I know your BKB's on cooldown, but it kind of felt like you had an opportunity to just assist in some of these clutch moments. That aside, though, Estar Bax kind of proving that, damage is not the problem.
What a blast this game has been. We've waited a long time to go like these two, and it's... yeah, there's been mistakes, but like the level is very, very high between these two teams. It's a game of inches, not of meters or miles like we've had previously. I do feel like Pokecorn just played such a risky game by going for this Aghanim Scepter. In that fight, though, it paid off so well. It allowed them to keep the chase going. It allowed them to keep running at them. Yeah, sure. He did have that death to start things off, had to buy back. It is a high cost to pay.
Okay, can I just look at the replay real quick? So we go for this move, right? PA's disengaging at any minute. They did have Orchid available to go on whoever, but they're respecting the Ursa and the jump. So PA jumps in, getting healed still. At what point does he disengage? So he's 2/3 HP, nearly kills Ember. And at this point, yeah, still getting healed. Huh. Yeah, just full set disappeared. Right.
Two very low
I
heroes, but just couldn't clear.
I guess the only reasoning why is like his fear is jumping on top of the Beastmaster with double Hawk, and then if Ursa hasn't showed, then he will get double rooted by Hawks, and Ursa can click for free because Manta BKB's on cooldown. But I kind of expected him to at least like sit on the fringe of the tree line.
Gotta
and, like,
play the odds, yeah.
But again, I think in the moment, it felt like his presence would have been a lot better. But when you rewatch the replay, there is a decent argument for him like not wanting to throw away the game.
Big jump, Orchid out onto Pokon, and he is going to get killed off here. PP immediately launching him back into the game with 2 back-to-back kills and a dieback onto the Ember Spirit.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So hard to keep track of what's going on in this game, to be honest with you, but yes, Estar Backs won the team fight. Yes, Estar Backs got all their lanes out, got loads of vision down, but
Is under attack.
then immediately, Amaru just come rampaging across the map as 5. Recognizing
Parker
how
has
strong
pressed smoke.
BP is, and there is no BKB still on this Ember. And now he's gone for a very long time. They may be looking at high ground here.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
No, maybe about it.
He wants to wrap around. Look at the wraparound though. Advantage on vision in the area though. Triangle vision to Amaru, but
Radiant's
Parker,
top
he's
tower
leading the
is
charge.
under attack.
Angel and Michael trying to find this deep wraparound. Ooh, Janik.
He runs at everybody here, and immediately Underlord comes linking out onto Angel. Angel, though, he's going to try and just take the portal to get away. As Panda's down the backlines, Parker does find a good kill to start this fight off with. And now he's looking in for more. Going over towards the Underlord. The roar is going to be there from Angel. They've finally found their spells together. Parker and Angel linking up and getting it done. What a beautiful way to split the fight. You're 1 player down. You have to clutch up in that moment or you're losing barracks, and they find that perfect way to do it.
Yeah, they just found the jump, and it helps that Angel just disengaged using the portal.
Yeah,
and
I love it when people do that.
it's like, thanks, mate. But also, said Janik kind of went by
Oh my
himself,
goodness,
and
yeah.
I don't think Amaru just wasn't ready. Like, you have vision advantage, but unfortunately for the Witch Doctor, he gets abyssal and dead. Like, he didn't even press Voodoo Switcheroo, Yule's, Force. He pressed nothing. My guy just disappeared to 1 abyssal blade, died in a second. So that was just kind of the benefit, I think, of having such an aggressive mindset on Estar Backs is like, even into the vision, you are just blowing them up. You just don't care. It really is just a matter of like who jumps who. Like both teams have proven that they have the pick off potential through, you know, the Lion into the Storm layering with PA, or if it's the Beast Nyx plus an Ursa. Like there is plenty of tools in play, and that's why the game feels so back and forth, because one team smoke gets kill, another team smokes, they get kill. It's at some point a team will run out of smokes, and that might then dictate who's going to be leading the game.
Yeah, that's definitely going to come into it in a game with as many like 5-on-5s and hunting situations as this, because both of these teams just have very kill-heavy drafts. Ember. Wait. Can you click on this Ember Spirit for me, please?
Under attack.
He's got a BKB coming out.
Dire's
Oh, okay, good. I thought it was just straight for Assault Caress.
No. Especially when his
Would've been-
Beastmaster has AC already, then yeah, that would have been.
bottom tower
Yeah.
is under
He's
attack.
still building it, though.
Mate, so far that quick buy could just be a
With
bit
the
of a
Buckler.
bit of a bait. He might have bought Buckler thinking, oh, don't worry guys, I'll go Beastmaster. Yep, no worries.
They should comp this. I hope they comp this.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I'll update you if he buys the Herpstone. You'll just hear me cry.
It also just doesn't seem like a good item for Ember to build. Imagine he gets an Octarine and he can just continue playing elusive. You know, your BKB only lasts so long, these fights are going a long time, so get a lot of value from that one, but whatever. We'll keep our eyes on it. Ember Cam will be existing as they cower in their base inside of Amaru, but now, smoke up, jumping out. PP. Looking to make the jump. 43 mana regen on this hero. Galvanized.
And they still have the
Orchid.
ward down. They haven't actually dewarded. Because of course the sentry is earlier, so that's why they've not checked again. The illusion of the blue sentry.
Parker in trouble. Immediate jump coming out on him. He needs some help, but he's not going to find it. Taken down 100-0 by the Phantom Assassin and the rest of Amaru. And now it's a cleanup time. They're looking to Michael. He is going to fall. Jumping over K1 onto Excel, realizing that edge is actually not that easy to break down. Angel, much easier. K1 gets another. Panda gets the kill with the Death Ward, and now look over towards the Enchantress as well. 1, 2, 3, 4 heroes down on the side of Estar backs. Parker gets deleted to start that one off.
That's where the classic line comes into play, Nomad. Wards win games. If you look at the triangle, there's a sentry from Esterbacks placed, but it's 3 minutes 44 on expiry. And then you look towards the sentry that Amaru places after. So clearly, on the minimap, they see sentry on high ground. They think they're safe, but they're not. They haven't rechecked the high ground since taking over this triangle. So this entire fight, slightly off camera, of course, where the high ground spot is, Amaru just playing into complete free vision. And being blunt, that is unacceptable at the 40-minute mark of the game to not constantly recheck high ground areas whilst you're trying to take back areas of the map. It is a game-losing thing. So all 5 players on Esterbacks have just blundered there because not a single one of them wanted to check that high ground spot. And you just gifted Amaru the freest pickoff in a game that is on a knife's edge, that either team's pickoff accelerates the game, gives an Aegis, gives momentum back the way. You have Ursa, you have PA. Like, it is the story of the entire game. That is, yeah.
Honestly,
that is
a disappointing,
unacceptable.
Yeah, a disappointing kind of slip there from Estar backs, and what was a pretty high execution game up until this point. But
that one ward is just exactly what Amaru is. Just like, it's the 6th man on the roster right now. Like, that's how important it is. Parker, of course, I believe he bought out the Swift Blink. Either he bought out, so he doesn't even have gold for buyback.
can we get
he has to always be
Award
careful.
number 16 as our MVP, by the way?
Just a screenshot of this high ground spot. That's the MVP.
Exactly. Nullifier's picked up
that is the MVP in
PA
question.
And the Ursa, by the way. PA is seen at mid. I mean, they can blow her up, but it is an Aegis. Onto the backline they go. There's another fire coming down, and Genek is just gone in the blink of an eye. Panda's own Aeon has been popped as well, so also making him a target as K1 tries to get an Angel. Angel, though, he's still surviving, and he's holding that roar, and he's going to need to use it because K1's in trouble. The roar comes down, but it's not enough to save Parker. He's dead regardless, and now everybody needs to leave. They need to get the hell away. Angel's TPing out of this one. They're going to be able to make it out, but they have lost Michael and a big zip across onto Excel. Excel, he takes a long time to die, but die most certainly shall as the rest of them get over here and take down the Ench.
Whew. Parker, he doesn't care. He just jumps in again. He uses his BKB. And after that point, the Underlord is like, wait a second, guys. Ursa's no BKB. Let me just jump in real quick, double root. They get to blow him up again. You can feel, I think, just the frustration in Esterbacks' gameplay.
I mean, Genek with the buyback, TP's into the outpost and just like blinks back in and basically immediately stuns the Ursa the moment his BKB ends. It's pretty brutal.
For sure. I mean, it's just the triangle has been such a crucial area for Amaru to play in, right? It's the vision from the previous fight. It's the kind of buyback utilization of outpost for Lion in this fight. Like, it's just understanding where to fight pretty much is the difference between these two teams. Amaru, again, like when you think about the kite back at the top tier 2, right? Like, sorry, the bot tier 2, like kiting back, baiting Parker in. Their placements of the fights has really been so critical in them being able to potentially win this game. Ooh, Panda forcing his teammate deeper for a second.
Get in there, K1. Come on.
No, but you can see from Amaru, they're just resetting. They want to push bot waves, get the tier 2. Trying to play for mega creeps. Going for end would have been unhinged, but to be fair, this entire game has felt somewhat unhinged.
A little bit. Been some great plays, been some questionable plays. And now we're hitting the point where it's 10k up for Amaru, despite being behind for most of it.
Jenix just using finger to farm the jungle.
Yeah. The Fist of Death. Great farming tool.
Oh yeah, of course, guys, don't forget Genek, not to be confused with Genek, Siblight's brother. Very different players.
Very different. Different regions. Different
same play style though.
players.
That's
Same play style, yeah. same hairstyle as well.
Lucky.
Storm hits the level 25. Doesn't have the Aghanims to go with it. Doesn't really need it though. I mean, Overlord bounce is just that OP. You hit the shot. It's just crazy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hex out onto Ember. Ember, he needs some help, but he's not going to find it. Pokorn is gone. Comes the Ursa, trying to get on top of anyone here, but once again just yuled into oblivion. Cannot find a target. Kited forever. That BKB is gone, and so is he. Ursa's out of the fight. No buyback available. Parker beautifully controlled. Could not get anything done inside that BKB. Sure, they killed off the Lion. Who really cares, though? Now, it's just a clean-up party. Panda is dead, though, to Michael at least. He managed to find something on the backline, but he'll get on top of Pokorn, take him down. No buyback available, as he already came back into this one on the Ember. PP just running around, getting whoever he wants, wherever he wants, and doing it in style.
Again, carry and mid dead, no buyback. You'd like to think Amaru will take the Megas, maybe take a deep breath, and look to try and end this game.
The burst just isn't there for Estar backs, which is about the only thing that can save them against this Phantom Assassin.
Radiant's bottom
K1 just putting on a bit of a show of patience and discipline, just knowing that Park will make the mistakes and he won't. In fairness, he's been correct in that. Jump in onto the end, using the Phantom Knives to disable the untouchable, but not quite enough to get the kill. Dude's over towards Angel though, and well, Angel has fallen. He will go down. Excel as well, dead inside the fountain, yulls out onto the Michael. They're trying to force the GG out of their cold dead lips at this point. Estar backs, they are done, they are out, they are not calling it, they will watch their throne explode, but there it comes from Michael. Game number 1 goes to Amaru in a back and forth romp.
Again, still, I think tactically, quite a nice game from Amaru. I think just with how the lanes, Grimstroke, Techie, Storm, the counterplay of a Dorm, I am looking at just how these guys team fight in the first 10-15 minutes, because whoever sets up their carry and gets item advantage might just take over the game. We'll have to, of course, wait and see, but
yeah,
Morph
not just taking over the game.
Unlucky.
Okay. It's not just taking over the game, it's keeping hold of the game as well, though, critically.
Yeah.
Smoke up onto the high ground. Panda, K1, leading the charge, have been spotted. Angel does smooth. Oops. Smoke up, showing them everything here. Excel's getting jumped, but he's going to level the healing attendants and try to heal his way through this. Double blood grenade coming down. Excel is going to fall, and Janet gets the first blood on the Grimstroke.
30 seconds to battle.
Nice play.
Pretty good
They are
kill.
very, very strong level 1 on Amaru, so absolutely the right kind of play you want to be making. Not going to have a huge knock-on effect to the lanes, though. It's you know, a little bit of gold for everybody. Grimstroke, what's he got coming out for him? Just more regen, sentry, that kind of business. And just
top
keeping
lane.
hold of her blood grenade, so potential for some plays there, but it's Morphling Edge. You're not really going to see a whole lot coming out from them.
And top lane is just a matter of you have to respect the Grim Dawnbreaker will have kill threat level 2 on Enchantress. Probably not on the Morphling, as Parker just gets a free courier. Yeah.
Yeah, he went to get
So
the range
mismarker
creeper and
from
just found
Janek,
himself a courier in the process. But this was heads up though, because Janek and Dawnbreaker went to go and take their range creep, and Parker just does the exact same thing in response to neutralize the lanes. Very heads up. Of course, now they're just breaking aggro as much as possible, just to try to mess with the aggro and get it pushing into themselves, which does look like they're going to be able to do. Meanwhile, at mid lane, once again, it's Ember Spirit versus Storm Spirit, the Spirits matchup. And I'll say it again. Yeah, traditionally, Ember favored, but at the moment, Storm, he just has very good stats for harassing out an Ember Spirit. And generally, we see him doing absolutely fine in these matchups.
Yeah, the difference in the two is Ember can make such cheap moves around the map like we were discussing in the previous game. While Storm, it's like you're locked into, do you have a good active rune? Are you TPing to a tower and your ball lightning right next to the engagement. Like that's the type of difference. It's the kind of the speed in which you just make moves.
Yeah,
So
all like
let's see if Pokemon just
all
pops off.
expensive.
Yeah.
You cannot use it as like a getting from the rune spot to a bottom lane or anything like this. There is no other character in Dota who's more about mana management than Storm Spirit is. Like Leshrac, Medusa, pretty basic.
Okay, you said Leshrac. Good.
No, I got it. But Leshrac's very much just like, if you have mana, you're doing damage. If you don't, you don't. Meanwhile,
Sure.
Storm is
Yeah,
also
you're
your
right,
mobility, your survivability, is everything. You know?
Yeah. No, that's right. The Storm is just such a great hero in design-wise, right? Like it's so simple in nature. Like the spells do exactly what they say. There's no like crafty thing. But
Yeah.
being able to like manage the mana, the item path, one wrong item, you feel like you're not present in the fight. Like it is pretty cool as a hero. Bot lane, they are trying to kill off Michael, but
Yeah,
it's just a lot of poke. And I feel like the thing is though, they're not getting the kill now, but the fact they're whittling down the resources, it just creates this like inevitable pressure that if they don't bring out more salves, if they don't bring out more tangos, you will eventually die to just a million bombs and daggers.
It's the bombs and daggers versus the axes, though. The old versus the new. The axe spam is going to be intense, especially with the constant chakra magics coming down. Angel, he recognizes that. It's going to keep on trying to utilize that as much as possible, as well as getting the lower cooldown on the Razorbacks. So, can neutralize the lane in that way. But at the moment, it has, of course, been PA favored. Very aggressive from Panda. Last creep is dying here, so lane aggro is about to switch. They realize that and back themselves away, but both Panda and K1 pretty low here. They're going to use the axe onto Panda. Kind of gives K1 a little bit of a pass to just run back to the creep wave rather than having to go the long way around. Panda dragging the creep wave with him, but does lose one creep. So, bit of a reset here for both sides.
Looking pretty good across the board. They're very different in nature, right? Of course, don't forget last time Panda did give away a first blood, gave a bit of a freebie to the Beastmaster, which also kind of shifted the balance of the laning setup.
Parker, ooh,
Everyone's content.
a little scary. You are down to about maybe 1 or 2 HP there, genuinely.
It's been some time since we've seen Morphlings, right? We've got to get used to the fact that
Oh, I'm not going to
5
get used to that. The axes catching them out. Michael and Angel spamming them out non-stop. And K1 just getting hit with the extremely high damage from all of those stacks.
and now Axel comes through the twin gate as well. So if PA steps up on this wave, Morphling, oh, sorry, baited you. We'll get to that in a second, don't worry.
Yeah, we'll
Panda's dead bottom.
revisit. Maybe we can get a replay, I'm not sure, but...
No. Yes! Sorry. 1 second, just watch the fight bottle quickly. I'm too excited.
Okie dokie. Well, there's not much happening anymore. K1 is back. Well, I said that Jedek has TP'd in on this, right in front of them, and they're just going to run down the Grimstroke, and it's just non-stop down here in the bottom lane. What a death for the Grimstroke. I mean, he's going to have to walk back to lane. K1's just having to limp away from this one. They need to bring in more. Panda's going to TP across, try to get some sort of control out of this. Again, has to be careful. Can't get too close. Excel, Michael, Angel, all too strong to really play up into them.
Can they stop fighting for 1 second so I can be excited, please? Because look at Jenik. He leveled Bug on Grimstroke at level 3. Or technically level 2 because it's, you know, but that's what my excitement was for. So many Grimstroke players always like default take Inkswell, but there are certain moments where having a silence where you have to have 2 right clicks into it is really good. I'm a big Grimstroke enjoyer, like level 28 on the hero, massive fan. So when I see people take Bug, I'm like, you are a real Grim player. Other than that TP bot, we don't talk about it. Because now they walk towards mid, he's got the Bug, sure, he gets to get away, but if only there was +1, would have been a lot cooler. Still, I'm loving the build. Yeah.
Michael
Great
the
tonight for
Arcane
Michael.
Room.
Yeah.
PP going to be left without. Pokon with the most aggressive return remnant ever.
Yeah, straight to the high ground. Amaru needs to be mindful that when Ench Beasts want to sync up again, they are... you cannot really go near this Like, unless Dawnbreaker gets a quick 6, which, to be fair, a creep wave or 2 away, that will be the turning point in dealing with his bot lane pressures. Ooh, Dawn tried to go for the Morphling kill, but...
It's a little scary. Wouldn't want to be on Parker's team watching these plays take place. He does play it down to the limit.
Luckily, the health bars are only for spectators. Yeah, the first catapult wave is just obliterating this tower. Ench Coddle Beast just syncing up just perfectly. This is exactly what you want to see with these heroes. And Stormthreat, he's TPing down.
Good damage onto Angel, and the Dawn's coming. Oh, no, she's not. Interrupted by Parker up on the top side, which might keep Angel alive for the time being, but PP still got plenty of mana to work with. Gets a kill on the way out, but K1 gets the kill streak off the Beastmaster, but K1 will die himself here as the blob just continues. The Beastmaster balls are still alive, and Pokon's in the neighborhood, so can just keep it going here. PP trying to stand and fight here as Pokon casually grabs a tower on his way through, and now with the chains being available, PP realizing he's got nowhere left to run, nowhere left to hide, and will be dying as well. Estar backs once again with a dominant laning phase.
Just the cancel of the Solar Guardian from Parker, just really changing that fight around. If Dawnbreaker was present, he could kind of help body and just deal with some of the pressure that Estar backs was providing. So very heads up from Parker. Of course, having 1 point in Adaptive Strike. Sometimes carry players go for these builds where they just fully maximize their farm and kind of take trades and spells that they don't really need, and you could maybe make a case for Morphling. Sometimes they skip it. He does get the shift off though, so this time around the silence does not really change anything. But yeah, that's the backs. I think you can see that the conversation as a team shifted from game 1 to 2, right? Because we didn't really see this level of like utilizing Beastmaster in game 1. It was quite lost in nature. But this time it's like they brought all the heroes to him. They're taking the tower. They're giving him the Helm of Dom. I wouldn't be surprised if it was... Yeah, exactly. Like everything is about Beastmaster. It's why they weren't afraid to run back kind of the same start of the draft.
Now Pokon and Michael teaming up to go at K1 under the tower here. K1's going to need some assistance, and he's going to find it as PP comes through, and now the silence lands onto the Ember Spirit, and Ember is done. Nice little kill there as the Excel's going to land as well, but a Roar comes out from Angel as well. Make it look, get the damage back over towards PP. The Solar Guardian's coming down, but it's too little too late. PP's already gone, but maybe a return could go through onto Angel. Angel getting low, kills off the Remnant, but does die regardless. The Embrace falls as
Nice
Angel's
done.
Courier will also fall. Takes a hammer to the face. Again, more space for Parker, of course. He is getting contested up here in the top side whilst this is going on. But overall, a big win there for Amaru, as once again, Estar backs cannot measure their aggression.
It happened again. In the previous game, I was like, wow, look at how they're playing the map on Estar backs. It's so beautiful. Then Ember dove mid and just destroyed his own game. As I say that, they're playing through the Beastmaster. It's so refreshing. It's so great. Ember will go for like a 2-man move and full commit. And again, the bug of the Grimstroke helping kill the Ember once more, just not respecting the silence so early on from the hero. And then Beastmaster just rocks up at the end of the engagement going, hi, hey, this is me, I'm strong, top net worth. So yeah, Estar backs fumbling some of the advantages that they have. Still, they've got the net worth lead. They have kind of outplayed the lanes, but these small mistakes are the reason why it's not a 4k gold lead, it's only a 2,000 gold lead.
And getting chopped up here by Excel as the whole team are nearby, but they're just kind of watching Panda die. Always a bit sad. Now moving it on towards Genek. Pokon, he's got the illusion rune to get rid of that silence. Ulti used from Genek here, but doesn't connect onto anything, and Pokon just keep the chase going and get another kill. Utilizing Solar Bind as well. Also very, very effective to team up with the Ember Spirit. PP still got plenty of mana, but Pokon, it wants to force him to use it. It wants to keep chasing him down, get his resources low. Sometimes it's not about killing the Storm, it's just about forcing him to use those resources, to use those zips. But sometimes it is about killing him as Roar comes into the sidelines, but there's a Solar Guardian coming down once again. PP's still in trouble here, though. He's got to be so careful as he's just trying to min-max this fight. Chains out onto the Dawnbreaker as Pokon comes in once again from the sideline, and again, it's the Solar Bind. It's the Ember Spirit. It is too much magic damage for these heroes to stand their ground. And Estar backs take control again and get themselves another critical tower in this game.
Yeah, they're just moving around, applying that pressure. Sure, there's the weird blunder of the previous fight, but, they shrug it off, they reset, they go again. And yet Pokon, he only has one mode, it seems like, and that is just go. And maybe having that type of player when you have such a farm-intensive carry makes sense. But you gotta understand the limits of it. But still, 4,000 gold lead, taking the 2 tier 1 towers. They are being as annoying as possible. And of course, PA just desperately farming. And her farm speed is so slow compared to most carries. A reason why we don't see her is because of this. Like, look how depressing it is. Like, you walk to the camp, it's 12 minutes in.
Yeah. I'm farming. Yeah, I killed a creep.
Yeah. There you
I
go.
don't like watching that at all. Let's watch
it's
the
just-
Beastmaster farm.
Or anyone, literally anyone. Like,
Yeah.
even Grimstroke probably farms faster than this PA at the moment.
Bottle certainly does. Lining up for the double illuminates. He's got the space to be able to be greedy. Oh, no, never mind. Angel comes and says thank you very much. Throws down the axes. Farming like a madman. But smoke up on the top side. They're going on a Parker hunt. They're hoping to catch a big one. Currently hiding in the tree, sensing something's wrong. He is Falaji. Won't take much to bring him down if they do find him, but he manages to dodge out the gank perfectly. But might just show on this wave of creeps. It's pretty hard to get the silence off on him though, since he is farming creeps now. He will be aware. But doesn't get the strength morph off and is dead regardless.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Jenek a little too quick on these Phantom's embraces from the sidelines. Parker just not ready for it. There's another death for the carry.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I mean, it's kind of helpful, right? When you see Estar having such a dominant map position with all the other heroes, you either run into that, which feels a little silly because it's kind of their power spike, or go find the Morphling, who's often is lonesome.
Angel, meanwhile, though, having a fantastic time. Gets the Helm of the Overlord at 13 minutes into the game. Takes control of the Ancient Back Dragon. And now can continue to pressure this map. Likely going to be looking to pressure this tier 2 in the bottom lane. If they don't do anything about it, they could be in trouble. But Jenek, once again, looking at Parker. Parker, though, he has got the Strength Morph going this time around, so probably won't be falling to this. But that said, the Dawn's coming across. It won't be enough. Parker will survive.
Still pretty close, right? That's kind of one of the patch changes, right, to Grimstroke, not having the facet to cancel when Inkswell stuns. Like, if he had that ability, he would have cancelled the stun, Dawnbreaker would have come in, and, like, all the small little changes over patch to patch, but, yep, Morphling able to get out and disengage. But at least Amaru's response to all of this map play is just keep throwing some spells top. And, you know, credit to Estar, they are ignoring Parker being pressured, and they're still doing their thing. Like, they're not randomly bringing heroes top right now. Still, they might smoke up, as you see right now, but I think the important thing is just not overplaying your hand. As I say that, Parker just overplayed his hand.
Yeah, they're just on him again and again and again. Parker is refusing to leave this top lane. They were kind of baiting with him a little bit there, but not quite.
I just don't know why he needed to go in so early. It just...
Ooh, and in the bottom side, K1 was able to farm up the Ancient Black Dragon as well. That's a 250 gold injection you don't want to ignore.
Interesting. Yeah. Like, again, we see everything, so it's a lot easier to pass judgment, but like Estar are in such a very chill position. They don't need to overcomplicate the game, and they're trying to make these like additional over-the-top moves where it's like Morphling will go back top and he'll bait, and then he'll waveform in, but he'll stroke shift, and whilst he's stroke shifting, we're gonna smoke up and get the kill, and then you know it's like, lads, you have a Beastmaster with 9,000 net worth.
Yeah,
Just
play around
walk
it.
down a lane. Yeah.
It's overcomplicated.
Again, maybe normally in like the intensity of pro games, you can kind of like miss some narrative based on like the pacing that they're setting and like all these factors that you have to apply, but it really isn't that complicated for Estar right now. And now Parker's like, yes, that's what I can do. Bring the Vlads to my beast and let's go tickle a tower. As the tier 2 is to fall. Post glyph most likely.
And we can just go and sort waves elsewhere, drop down the Remnant, come back whenever needed. But he's not going to be needed. This middle tower's going down regardless. The Overlord's there to make sure of that.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, as much as the state of the game looks bad for Amaru, I will say this Grimstroke pick looking pretty damn fine.
I also like the fact that he put 3 points in bug. It's a very important point for the hero because it changes the hit count from 2 hits to 3 hits. Ignore the fact it says 6 and 9. It's whatever. But yeah, it's unnecessarily complicated for like a newer player.
Yeah, it really is.
But yeah, it basically takes three hero hits, and that alone for like a Morphling, you're looking at like 1.5 seconds. For an Ember, it's maybe like 2 seconds. For Beastmaster, again, around a second. So it's kind of like a pseudo stun in some degree, because you have to stand still, hit it. As they are going Roshan on Estar. Panda jumps in.
That is brave with the Stolen Guardian to follow up as well. Maybe it works out. Michael is dead due to the distraction, and now all of a sudden, it's Amaru in the pit. They just did a full-on, like, full team swap inside and outside the pit. Now, well, they got to invade here. Pokon trying to get in on this one. Michael's going to have to buy back here. In comes Angel, though. The Beastmaster arrives. Raw goes down. Roshan is dead. Aegis on the floor. Parker grabs it, and they will now kill off the Dawnbreaker. PP forced out. Pokon still chasing. He could get Panda, but you know he wants his mid-lane rival as he continues chasing Mr. PP. Chain's going to connect here. Pokon on top of him. Very little mana left for PP here. He's not getting out of this one. Pokon asking for the high five. He's not going to get it, but he will get the kill. Oh, on the tip as well. My goodness.
I mean, what a weird, awkward moment for the game, right? Because like Estar just kind of run in, they start taking it. I mean, Amaru, they use quite a lot of tools to be able to snipe away the initial kill, but they are just awkwardly left in a choke point. I think Ember just poking them from the southern side of the pit just helped immensely. And then you've now given the 11,000 net worth Beastmaster team an Aegis, and they're just straight walking to the bot lane.
Parker not getting caught out this time around. Morphing strength. It's Panda dead. They kill off the helm of the Overlord creep at least. I mean, that is okay, but you're not defending this high ground still. Barracks being attacked 18 minutes into the game here by Estar backs, and it's not like they've completely dominated. They've just found their timings, and Angel is just being an absolute monster. Running in again, using the heals of the Keeper of the Light. My god. What?
But like, look at the adjustments. Like, not only like from game 1 to game 2, like they've clearly identified the problem from it, right? Like the fact that the Ember Spirit has gone for Vessel with the straight BKB, the Beastmaster opting for the pipe, knowing how snowbally the game is. The Morphling, of course, Vlad's Manta, like a natural item path, but it really complements this style of map pressure, just buffing up the summons, buffing up the fact that you can just make such objective moves. Like the PA, she's only got a Battle Fury to her name 19 minutes in. There's no Yasha, there's no Manta, there's no BKB, there's nothing.
They're going on the back lines. PP and Dawnbreaker looking at the Beastmaster and the Morphling. They do manage to get the Aegis of the Morphling and now jump in from the techies. Good damage out. Angel has fallen. Parker's running around to the side. Michael is dead as a BKB TP from the Ember Spirit, this time going for a much earlier timing on that BKB. And narrowly getting out there on the Enchantress as well. Amaru, they TP out to their outpost, get the backstab, get the Aegis, and get a kill onto the Beastmaster, who's been such a problem for them, and buy themselves a bit more time in this game number 2.
And that is where Amaru, they kind of need to play on the constant aggression of Estar, because they are playing like probably the simplest form of Dota right now. Have resource, run down lane, A-click the buildings, like go, go, go. And of course, against Storm, PA, I mean, to be fair, Dawnbreaker vying for MVP if Amaru are to turn this game back around, right? Because of her ability to just find the initiation of a Storm or a Techies and turn it into an actual kill. Going back for a Lotus to try and soak up a Raw.
Good silence up in the top lane. Ember, though, he gets it off in time and gets himself to safety.
I mean, that is where Estar, they need to be very decisive right now. Like, as much as it's really cool how they're running down lanes, if they do it one more time, and then you accidentally give PA like the completion to a second item.
Oh, this is bad though. War is going to be available in just a second. Pokon's already here and everybody else has just left. Solar Guardian's not up for another few seconds. K1, he's going to die. Pretty costly death for Amaru. I think I know what Estar backs are going to do now. They're going to start running down the lane, T-Governor.
There we go. It might be a little Tormentor on the way there, but we'll see.
Cheeky Torm, don't mind if I do. Parker, trying to play the supports in. Forcing them out. He's got his Manta finished up. He's tired of being killed by this Phantom's Embrace. Breaking the silences up in the top side. Just grab the Wisdom Shrine. Everybody else just goes back to deal with the Tormentor. Very easy to do Tormentor with a Keeper for light on your team, especially when he's put himself a Holy Locket.
It's just, again, for Esterbacks, 8,000 gold lead, of course inflated by just taking the Tormentor. But their timings, they fully itemized for this stage of the game. So you're really looking at Esterbacks. If you are a fan of them right now, it's like they need to kind of just make sure their next engagement is clean. Like they are one core pick-off away from probably getting the mid-racks. Maybe just the top tier 2 to then maybe even progress with Mega Creeps. That's where Amaru, they got to look to each other and go, what is our, like, how are they starting to plan their high ground defense? Are they setting some random ward down the lane to be able to smoke onto later? Are they trying to last minute pick up some desperate items? Because it does feel like it is inevitable that Esterbacks are going to come knocking on your high ground. I would be surprised if Esterbacks played for the next Roshan. It is quite some time away. That would kind of offer up K1 the ability to at least complete one item post Battle Fury.
I mean, like I say, he's already got that.
Oh, they're smoking. Okay, here it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
And PP, once he finished up, not much. He's still just kind of halfway through. Reed's available. Gonna have to use his breakthrough from the chains, but it's Pokorn who gets his hands on that haste rune, so the chase is gonna be pretty damn good from him. Such a good rune for an Ember to have, speeding up his remnants and allowing them to get on top of these heroes. It is, of course, gonna be Panda who dies.
Just a bit awkward there from Amaru, right? Like, they saw the rune, they could have just probably nabbed it and just walked away, but opted to go for some bigger move. And the lines are drawn by Parker. The top line is drawn, the mid lane is drawn. He wants to get out of this game.
I like to see even pro players struggle to kill the techies' minds. Michael having to give us 3 shots.
Such a clunky spell. With
I just think
activation
once
delay,
once the ranged attack is coming towards it, it shouldn't be able to like survive. You know, it shouldn't be able to, just because you back out of its range, you shouldn't then just like go invulnerable. It's my complaint.
Ooh, they've scanned the PA. She does have TP though, and she already disengaged the area. But this retreat from Esterbacks is kind of proof that they want to play for the pickoff on Roshan. And the pickoff, they're gonna get it.
Oh, hello. Oh, bye bye. Oh, yep, okay. Yep. I mean, the PA is dead. It's all good, but she's dead.
Oh, to be fair, that was very greedy farming from K1, right? Like, you've used your Manta illusions, you're showing it on the tower, so you get to see the illusion duration, and you're farming the closest camp to it. You kind of offered up yourself to be picked off. And very good from Esterbacks.
Mana into his so doesn't really work out, so just shove the lane and leave.
But at least he has the gem though. That's like, as much as you're kind of making these random moves, he's checking the high ground, spend some mana, go check top, reset. They just need to find the ward on the left hand side of the map, and then they've done a pretty good job utilizing this gem. They are smoked up. They just keep sweeping across the map. They really are just trying to stop all farm from Amaru, just delay as much as possible for that Aegis.
Parker, look at this, just running in onto Janek. Remember me? Remember who you bullied in the early game? Yeah, I'm coming back now, brother. Janek on the run. Excel trying to chase him down here. Everybody on the side of Amaru just trying to scatter here and get away. And to be fair, the Dawnbreaker's made it out. Janek might just be escaping this one as well. Panda escapes at least, but okay, well, they'll at least get Janek here. Angel, meanwhile, cutting waves, getting ready to push this high ground once again. Gonna have to wait a little while for that creep wave from top to push in, though.
You can just see from the minimap, though, Parker's drawing on the triangle. It's like, PA's probably going to run to our side of the map. So as much as you just ran top, they're now running all the way back down bottom again, trying to prepare for this run.
Getting their steps in, man.
They really are. They're getting an absolute workout.
Somehow, through all of these moves, Beastmaster's still remaining top of net worth, which is impressive to me.
Just kind of, you farm as you move, right? It's got a ton of summons doing random shenanigans. I think as a Morphling will slowly probably take the top spot. I'd argue Beastmaster's net worth, like his GPM has slowly started kind of stinting a bit. because of this constant map move. Still impressive if he's up top, but
He's coming at the top side. Ooh, Parker uses Manta. That could be punished here. In comes the techies from the sidelines as well. Panda's on top of him and it's Gen with the Phantom's embrace. They will be able to kill him off. Manta used. Death comes. Parker down.
Twice now. The carries have used their Manta into a quick demise.
Yeah. His carry matchup does feel pretty damn even.
Yeah. So now the question is, will Estar give the Aegis to the Beastmaster, the Ember, or are they going to wait for Parker to respawn in 20 seconds? This feels kind of like the Aegis we want your Morphling to take, so you can just step up the high ground, you know, be a bit of an attribute shifting menace and just click away. But it's like deja vu.
Full send into the pit. I mean, this time they don't have the Dawnbreaker to help out, so he's just going to die. You know, I kind of respect the send. In you go, buddy. I don't want to. Go on.
Panda has actually kind of... It's actually kind of an opposite play. Because now Panda has delayed it long enough that Morphling can take it. You kind of didn't want to contest it.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're always going to leave it on low health for the Morphlings come in and scoop it up, to be fair. So.
Potentially. It's always risky in competitive games, right? With a Storm in the game as well. Like.
Yeah. I mean, not leave it on the full, but leave it low.
Yeah. Still spooky. Okay, they're just clicking down mid. It's taken a little bit of time for Estar to refine their confidence, but Aegis was the confidence that they required.
Yeah.
And there's no one home. That's just a melee rack for free.
Great, lovely, what a gift. Goodness me, they know exactly what to give Estar for Christmas. Now, onto the top side as well. It's just
backdoor protection.
So, yeah,
where are you?
Always seems to take a little bit longer than you expect.
Eventually.
All lanes have been cut, so...
There we go.
There we are.
And now the counter smoke. Amaru. They got the BKB on the PA. They're looking for the fight. Of course, Morphling with the Aegis, not an ideal target. There is no BKB on the Beastmaster. Maybe that's a good target. Kind of smoke very quickly fizzles out as they just hit the mid wave and go, okay, let's stop.
Yeah, we're good. Actually, we don't want it. I mean, I think either you find a kill there because they split across the map trying to get a bit of efficient farming whilst they wait for the waves to get in, or they've all run together to top side to push it in and are just not going to break formation. So I think that's the Panda forced to jump in again here, doesn't really have a choice, and the Grimstroke comes out with the ulti as well. Double Roar, well no, Singular Roar coming out onto the Phantom Assassin, but she'll be okay with the Lotus coming out. Will they keep the banner alive? Yes, they will. They couldn't get it. I think PP might just need to do what's needed here and kill off that banner no matter what. There you go. Will it be enough though? I'm not sure. They're still there, still going on the high ground. Panda throwing his life away just to try to give him a little bit more space, just to give K1 an entry to the fight. He's going to pop that BKB and try to go for the Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit has to play really carefully here. BP on his backline as well. They've taken the first life away from the Morphling as K1 just going ham on the backlines. Will he be able to survive once that BKB ends? No, he will.
Glimmer.
Maybe. Hello, Glimmer coming out along with the Blur, trying to get to the high ground, but no, K1 is gone. No buyback available. So jump forward here on the Ember Spirit as well, trying to lock down the Dawnbreaker, getting Dawn as well, and looking for the 1-1 draw in this series. The final lane of Barracks going to fall. Mega creeps at 30 minutes. Feels like a bit too much. Pokon, once again, going pretty ham here, going pretty deep, and once again, the Grimstroke ulti off cooldown, but not enough to get them a kill. And considering they get no punish there, it's just really hard to see how Amaru are going to hold on to this one.
Yeah, that was kind of like, that was their moment, right? Fighting into the Aegis, you have the PA, BKB, really hoping to get more, and now we're Roar on the Stone Spirit. Will he use buyback in his valiant effort to defend? No, he will not. He'll rather GG and disconnect, which is very fair. Estar, they made their adjustments from game 1 to game 2. They kept kind of the same theme of their draft with the Beastmaster and the Ember, even the Enchantress from game to game, but you could clearly see that their team discussion, their analysis of why game 1, what a great setup for a game 3.
It Really is exciting, that is for sure. I mean, both teams just kind of getting a little bit wild with these Game 3 drafts. Can't believe we're seeing a Skywrath Mage and an Anti-Mage. I mean, it's all the mages coming out here. I mean, I guess that makes sense. You pick the Skywrath Mage, you pick the Anti-Mage. It's the clues in the name. Disconnect from PP just to really start this game off in a truly, truly special way and really build the tension.
Again, the last time Parker was able to play a competitive anti-mage game was 3 months ago when he stood in for Tundra at PGL Valahia Season 7, a 22-minute victory where he got a 13-minute Battle Fury, 18-minute Manta.
Lord.
Of course, he was playing into a Medusa, so Aurora's drafter may have forgot about the oopsie, because that is kind of a cardinal sin, is to give anti-mage when you have Medusa, but still.
You know what? It's a classic. My Medusa player saying, "Oh, it's fine.
We can beat it.
I can beat it. I do great versus anti-mages."
23 pick. I was just trying to double check the stats on Parker Anti-Mage, because also I don't know if Parker's been using like other accounts on his qualifiers. I feel like he probably has at some point, because he's only got like 9 competitive anti-mage games on Dota Buff, and that just feels very low for someone who is very weirdly attached to the hero in regards to, like, when you think of player-hero combinations, Parker is probably up there in like top 5 for just, you want to talk about him at some point playing an anti-mage game. But it might be more of a pub thing that just holds true, because he will try to get anti-mage in pubs a lot more than other players. But yeah, competitively, not as many games as in reality. But still, we shall see how it unfolds.
Yeah.
I guess one silver lining for Amaru is Abaddon is a natural Orchid buyer from the carry role. So it could just be a game where he goes like Radiance, Orchid, Blink, skipping the Manta, and then opts to go for more pressure. The problem with that is, if you don't get the anti-mage kill, now you're at a farm disparity because you don't have Manta, whilst anti-mage does have Manta, and all these little weird things. So itemization, I think, would be critical for Amaru in winning this game.
Do you love the wording of some stuff in Dota 2? Curse of Avernus. Damage over time component to buildings is reduced by 100%. Just saying it doesn't do damage to buildings, I mean. Gotta be technical.
Very technical.
Michael and Angel gonna go and take some chunks out of K1 here. K1 though with the early level on the Aphotic Shield. Gonna be fine. Actually with Panda and Genic here as well, they are outnumbered, so forcing them back and getting a bit of trading going in as Genic gonna TP up to the top side, join up with the Underlord to start off this game. Parker looking for a courier, finding a courier. He's doing this every time. He sees that his Underlord doesn't have his full inventory ready, and just go and take advantage of the fact that, yeah, he's gonna bury in some tangos. Very naughty. Also like how he didn't have anything skilled there, so if anything got really awkward, he could just blink away. If absolutely required, but all good. As we have Storm versus Ember in the mid lane. I mean, let's talk about this matchup, which we don't really get to see that often.
Go on, talk about it. If you want to talk, I'm not talking about it. I'm on timeout. No, I want to talk about Michael.
I think we'll get to 10 minutes, and PP will have slightly more CS, but Pokon will have been able to make a rotation or two.
Okay, well, in what technical business time, we'll circle back to that later. Because Michael, he had to TP away. He was trying to pull the creep wave, but got concussed and blood grenaded by the Scarif Mage, and then TP to tier 2. So Panda just stopping the lane shenanigans.
Yep,
and Parker just chasing down the Rubik.
Yeah, I mean, this Genic guy's gone on a bit of an adventure. The adventure has led to his death, as many such adventures do. Stay inside, everybody.
Yeah, no, anti-mages. Honestly, anti-mage in the correct hands is a very aggressive laner, because you're always playing on the ability to ignore the creep wave that's next to you and just jump onto someone who's out of position. And like Winter Wyvern, because you have the slows, you do set up anti-mage to get like the additional 1 or 2 right clicks in. So you just have to be mindful. Like,
yeah,
pretty much you hug the wave and you just spam it out together. There's no
slow, painful kills.
Yeah. It will be like, oh, I'm hit by Arctic Burn. Oh, I'm hit by 7 right clicks of an anti-mage. Oh, okay, now I'm dead. Of course, that's why you have to think about your lane position. Ideally, having the small camp blocked would have been ideal, but it's really hard to re-block the small camp because of the kill threat that we just mentioned. The joys of an aggressive anti-mage. Of course, axe into Abaddon. Not that ideal. A lot of your laning advantage is kind of bullying out the support and then overwhelming the carry in a 2 versus 1. But because you have the Aphotic Shield, you don't really get to see Battle Hunger at all in the laning phase. And kind of K1 gets to just pretty much sit back and free farm.
Yeah, it's a great match. Nice double catch here with the Pits of Mouth. It's a shame there's no Firestorm available at the moment as the battle for this Lotus is getting really, really intense. Parker standing his ground, will take down Genek here, but trades his Wyvern. Parker still looking to fight up here, but realizing the Underlord's just got a little bit too much gumption and will have to blink himself to safety. Gives up the Lotus.
Coming back in. Still feels very good though for Parker. He's not going to really care. He's like, yeah, sure. Death occurs, but I continue to hit creep. And this is the type of game where he either goes treads to full bully the lane, or if he identifies the lack of pressure, it could just be one of those like naked Battle Furies where he's like, oh, guess what? I've just bought a Void Stone. Oh, guess what? I've just bought another item. Because Amaru do find a kill on Axe. Yeah.
Yeah, BP's not particularly healthy mid, but he will be okay with the Fairy Fire available to him as well. Both supports coming in for that 4-minute Water Rune. Panda is the one that scoops it up here. So Pokon will be left wanting. Does he go for the slight play? No, he does not. Would have been way too
very good move though.
The Rubik there.
Very, very helpful from Amaru. Like, they already know the side lanes have kind of fell apart a little bit for them, specifically the Underlord lane. So secure the Stone Spirit's game.
Pokemon even going aggressively here onto Panda. Panda dares come forward to fight mid, and Pokemon just runs at the guy. Oh, Jesus, very unhinged.
Now, Axe is skipping behind tower. I mean, Amaru have a very awkward phase of the game now, because if you waste your TP, you are going to break your map state very quickly. And Axe will farm a lot behind tower, and then Anti-Mage, of course, will get a free Battle Fury top. So they have to decide, like, we are going to pressure one, and we need to pressure them correctly. And Panda is trying to do it by himself.
I mean, he's just staying at range, utilizing his mana, just blasting him with spells, keeping Angel low, keeping him killable. And even Genek going to come in this one, and now he could be in some trouble. K1 comes over. They found the kill here. They will end up just going a split between them. This Axe is not working well for them at the moment. Skywrath is completely shutting him down.
Yeah, very much opting to try and play away from the Anti-Mage. And it's something they may regret in the future, but for now they are at least getting, you know, the odd kill here. Of course, Axe 0-2-0. He's kind of quite an important part of the pressure that can be applied to open up the map post-laning phase. So if he's stuck in the jungle and Anti-Mage is stuck in the jungle, that could be what Amaru is playing for. Oh god, Michael just missed his stun by like 3 monitors.
I mean, the thing is, I do think Pokemon can probably hold up the tempo by himself just with the supports. But again, he's going for Angel. Pressure, pressure, pressure all the time. K1, he's level 6 now and does not have that ulti level.
Parker's here.
Whenever he wants. Yep, in comes Parker, triggers that ulti. Axe is already gone. He knows he needs to help out. Panda's going to be that target from him. Mana Void available, but he'll just chip him down the old-fashioned way. Holding onto that ulti just means that the Storm cannot join this fight.
I don't know if PP even wants to. It's so far away from the tower.
No,
For him, it's like, thank you so much. You've opened up the map. I can go and farm a bit more.
Yeah, he's even going to be able to steal the bounty rune here as well, refill his bottles. So yeah, full efficiency for PP.
Yeah. I mean, Axe is completely out of this game.
Yeah, he's going to be in the jungle for a very long time. I do not expect to see Angel until about maybe 18 minutes into the game when he's able to pull out an item. Might even just go for the Blink Dagger first, just so he's able to play if he feels like he needs to. K1 being jumped here, doesn't have the ultimate. He's going to be in some trouble, and there's a Mana Void coming out. Parker, he never left the bottom lane, and K1 getting absolutely destroyed by the anti-mage and the two supports. Now it's a double kill for Parker. 5-0-0 at 7 minutes 30.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You couldn't ask for like a better start for an anti-mage. Like normally they're 0-0-0 and they're hoping their team stabilizes the game, but there's only a few anti-mage players in the world that can make the hero feel this aggressive. It's like, I think Parker, Yatoro, Satanic, I think they're the big three that you'd ever talk about in regards to playing anti-mage, like into the map.
I was about to say, you know, anti-mage players in my pubs, take note, you can actually play this hero before 25 minutes, but yeah,
Radiant's top tower is
bit of
under
a skill
attack.
difference there, I'd say.
No, I'm sure it's fine.
Oh, good. Arcane Rune for 7 Pokorn.
He's gonna get butt off you like 9 minutes.
This is looking absolutely ridiculous, isn't it?
That is vile. And he's already, of course, he's bought Tread Stick and Quelling Blade. So it's not as if this is just naked Battle Fury. Like, that's an okay time. Sorry, okay, that's a very good timing for naked Battle Fury, but to have these random items as well.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
To say Amaru have some problems is really just putting it politely.
I'm looking up
Dire's bottom tower.
the stats for Battle Fury right now. Give me a minute.
All right, sure. Are you checking for any Battle Fury, or are you factoring in the items bought before Battle Fury?
No, just any Battle Fury on an anti-mage.
Fair enough. Oh, there it is. 9 minutes and 5 seconds.
9 minutes and 5 seconds. All right, give me a minute.
Oh. Bought for the first time on this hero. Yeah. Also, we don't see anti-mage, so no, that is Parker just proving that the hero is not played at all by being a first of a very obvious item timing for the hero. That is.
Apparently the fastest
Damn,
of all time
what-
was 3 minutes and 17 seconds on Moo. Don't know what happened there. But yeah, this is the third fastest of all time, according to that Dota data I believe I have.
Sorry, 3 minutes. Can you link me that though? Yeah.
I genuinely want to.
Yeah, I need the. Sorry, what dash cheats were we using in that one to get 3 minutes?
Let's see. It was a Void Boys versus Root Gaming as we have PP blown up in the middle lane. What a jump in. Anti-Mage is getting started early. Battle Fury's a farming item, but Parker, he wants blood and he's finding it so far. Panda also going to fall here. Angel getting involved, choosing not to be relegated to the jungle, choosing to fight, choosing to play, and 2 tremendous applause from his team as there'll be another kill for Parker here. 6-0-1. Oh my god. On the 8th of May 2015, Void Boys played against RootGaming.com. And Moo on the Anti-Mage was able to get a 3-minute Battle Fury.
Yeah, Yeah, I believe you.
If we take that one out of the equation, which I think we probably should do for the sakes of stats, then it is the second fastest Battle Fury of all time. Which is insane.
What? Yeah, cool. That alone, yeah. Let's just do that. Top 3, still. That is ludicrous. Like to create an all-time stat like that. Like again, it doesn't happen often. Well, fair play, Parker. He's only gone and done it.
It's not even like one of these patches where we see Anti-Mage regularly, so yeah, this is insane. This is absolutely insane. Parker, please get it together and get back into Tier 1 Dota. It's clearly just such a good player.
I mean, the thing with Parker though is like he's very volatile. Like his highs are very high and his lows can be very low, but it's like that alone is worth wanting to watch.
Oh yeah.
Like he is like a South American EE. You know, it's like the things he does. He plays with the tempo of the game. Like if he senses it to be good, he'll just do it. He won't go, oh, but statistically this is the best thing. No, he'll just go, I want Moonshot, I need it. I need attack speed because of this one thing. Like it is just very cool, but still. What a performance. I'm still just trying to work out how you get a 3-minute Battle Fury, by the way. Hence why I'm not really adding to this task. I'm still
assuming
just shook.
starting with Ring of Health and then, I don't know, Rampage, I guess? Yeah, don't know what's going on
It
there.
has to be some like egregious chain feed, but sure. That I'm still because the second is it's Pakaz with 8 minutes 28, Parker with 9:23, and obviously then this game at 9:06, which puts him third and fourth place all time. Sorry, I just missed that's Pycat. Why did I say that's Parker? Anyway, he overtook Pycat. My bad. So still,
Apparently, if your
very cool.
name starts with P, Pakaz, Pycat, and Parker are all the top 3 anti-mage Battle Fury timings other than Moose, so...
Yeah, Palos is.
He's
fifth.
also, yeah, there's just Ace hanging out there as well.
There's a rogue ace, but sure. I can't wait later for there to be a tweet. Well, guys, do you not remember the epic game where Moo did this? I'm like, clearly not, because I'm still baffled about 3 minutes.
I did not watch Join Dota in 2015, I'm sorry.
No, maybe that was the patch where Battle Fury was like, 110 gold or something. Clearly, obviously not. That would be insane, but alas. Back into this game, because I just took a real dip out of it for a good hot minute. Amaru, the net worth still is relatively even, I think. As much as Antimage is having the best game of his life, his Axe is probably having the worst game of his life. So that is something that they can try and utilize as they find the best and most farmed Antimage in South America.
Oh my god, they get on
He's
top of
gone.
him at last. What a jump. The movement, I mean, it was never the free anti-mage game, not until you've got this Manta at least, and it wasn't far away to be fair.
I mean, there's a very finite window in which you can apply that pressure, right? With the Skyroth Mage, we spoke about it earlier, like Ancient Steel into Ember Anti-Mage, like there is some kill threat, but you need to bring the numbers. And maybe they were as surprised as we were to some of the stats and the speed in which stuff was happening, but
Yeah.
they kind of brought their act back together. They identified that they need to find that kill.
And
They are doing a pretty good job at making this become a game where it will just be like Anti-Mage and 4 supports, because like the Ember and the Axe, like they will scale in a very awkward way because of the pacing of this game. Ruben
yeah,
with
Ember's
Blink,
being
able
forced to
to
do
engage.
a lot, and he's not getting a whole lot out of the map at the moment, so yeah, Michael's taking a step too far forward here. The very rapid descent into middle lane is going to cost them at least 2 support kills on the side of Estar backs. Ember looking for something, won't be finding anything. Genek just going to quickly steal the steering chains, but yeah, that's going to be the end of that play in the middle.
And they need to be extremely mindful in the fact that if you throw bodies into the game, like this net worth, it means nothing. Because like if Anti-Mage has, let's say, a 2k net worth lead, but suddenly AM, Storm, and Underlord are all kind of within contention of that, there is a lot more factor in play. Like Storm will be able to buy items to survive. BKB is really important. Underlord, of course, needs that lockdown, so he rushed the Atos. Like, he's not trying to go for a pipe, which on paper, pre-Antimage could have been okay. Like, he's trying to play into the map. He's running around with his team. He's not always playing on Fiend's Gate. He's ready to, throw a root down.
No worries either. And throwing down the concussive onto Angel, now with a Mystic Flare. It's good damage. It hasn't quite finished the job, but surely will be dying here. Going very deep in just to look for a bit of punish. And yeah, K1's with them as well, so able to scoop up that kill, and the Ancients here as well. Arca does not see an opportunity yet, just wants to finish off this Manta, knowing that he can't get caught out by a rogue Agent Seal is going to make his game much, much easier. And of course, the ability to just blink on a hero, pop that Manta, blast them away with your 2 illusions. Michael, forward in the mid. Atos, Underlord, just gonna do his thing. K1 helping out as well, the Radiance Burn. And they do have a very scary death pool. Maybe they can look for some revenge here. X-Elbow, he's run down again as K1 starting to get into this game, and they look towards Axe once more. Axe trying to survive, won't be able to do so. Now even looking in towards Pokon. Pokon, is he gonna be okay? 2 seconds left on the Pit of Malice, so he does get himself out. And again,
Amaru
Parker
really
doesn't see the opportunity.
But not only that, I think Amaru, they've identified the perfect opportunity, right? Like when you click on Axe and he has a consecrated wraps, like he's just playing for survival. There's nothing to praise really with this build. If you're crushing the lane, maybe it's like an item to take over, but he really is like on like plan C, D, E, or F of his normal item build. I think it's where Amaru, like bringing the numbers, just overwhelming the map a bit. It is a pretty good way to approach this game. Just forcing Ember and Axe to just keep wasting time. Like, they're not going to stop Parker farming. Like, he has the Manta. Like, you know he's in the clear. So just try and threaten the game elsewhere.
Michael just sitting behind
Really
Parker
impressive.
at top, knowing that this could be an opportunity. In fact, turning it around. There's a finger. There's a kill. Very clean. Very aggressive. Parker, even now, running into the triangle. Ooh, some lovely stacks, pour moi. This
You gotta
might be
give
a little
credit to
too
Amaru.
greedy. I don't know, man. PP has been seen, Manta used by Parker. Now it's time to get himself away, but that means it's open to the... Oh, no, never mind.
Silence.
Michael
And
is
Vortex.
there with the Hex. Good job from Michael. He is going to trade his life here, but he was just ready for Panda to come in on this. Parker already used his Manta, so if that Ancient Seal went off, Parker was dead. But Michael makes the stand and saves his life.
But also, he counterspelled the Vortex and the Ancient Soul, so both the Storm and the the Sky was like, ah! Pretty much getting stun locked by the fact that they just threw it on top of the Anti-Mage. I mean, but Parker, though, like, the way that he's playing aggressive there, is like, if he doesn't counterspell, if there's not a Lion, if there's all these little things that don't go his way, he probably could die. Like, that is like, really just pushing the limits.
That's what he does. K1, meanwhile, he's really catching up here. Despite the phenomenal start that Anti-Mage had, that one death into K1 just being able to find a whole bunch of kills, and of course being behind at the point when they were being really, really aggressive, just gave K1 that springboard to get back into the game. And now he is very close to this Anti-Mage. Both of these carries really, really well farmed now. And the Orchid will come out for K1, but it will be post-Manta.
Yeah. He has opted to kind of stabilize his game with the Manta post Radiance. Again, it's like the standard build for ABBA. He knows, like, I think with the speed in which Anti-Mage got his Manta, like, there's no point rushing the Orchid, because you're not having some item advantage, right? So just continues his game as they're trying to go into the Ember. Plenty of roots and silences, and only a Mage Slayer to Ember's name. He is looking at the Lotus this time around.
Yeah, I think it's required.
Into the style of lockdown is very important. I think just the cooldown of Lotus will always exceed the value of a BKB in this game because of it being, of course, silences and roots as the lockdown. So very good read on the Ember to think about that item.
Yeah, and another reason I like it as well is that BKB's got that massive cooldown, Lotus doesn't, and with their spells, what teamfight spells are they waiting for on Estar backs? Nothing, really.
Oh, I would say that he's pivoted to BKB, lads.
Yeah, so the obvious choice here, I think, you know.
No, I actually think Lotus
I like the
conceptually
Lotus,
is
yeah.
better this game, but of course
We'll stand
there's
by
always
the
an
points we
argument of,
made as men of integrity and honor.
No, I just think that Ember's itemization this series has been a bit lackluster, so I'm down to critique it. It's okay.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Game 2 was good though.
Game 2 was excellent.
Yeah,
Game number 1, just a little late on the BKB for our
Amaru, go to Menta. Estar, they're smoking around there. They're hoping to get a quick little pick potentially, but
This could be big. They're pretty unhealthy at the moment. Storm still has plenty of mana to keep on fighting. Parker moves in, looking for a target, doesn't find anybody outside the Tormentor. Genek was not seen, Mana Void available, but doesn't come out, doesn't see him in time, and the Storm is out of here. Paste Rune picked up for PP as well, so he doesn't even need to burn his mana to get away from this one. Very nice.
Amaru just doing a very, very good job just like moving around the map, finding the correct ways to shove, get into Manta kills. Like, you have Manta on Storm, Manta on Abaddon. And Storms, they don't often buy Manta, but because he went Yashikaya, then disassembled Yashikaya to then go back for Manta, it's not like he's like wasted gold to get to the Manta.
Yeah.
And then he'll complete the Sanjkaya, so it is a build that you sometimes see, but Dispel into the Ember Spirit, even sending out a random illusion to bait the Anti-Mage or Lion to jump it will be a really key thing to focus on as the bigger fights progress. You smoke up, smoke your illusion, send it up first, it breaks. All it takes against Anti-Mage is to have a split second incorrect choice made, you waste that blink on anti-mage, you can die. 15,000, 20,000 gold, it doesn't matter. Like, you are a carry, but at any minute, your net worth can come crumbling down. There's also a fact that he is itemizing in a way that he wants to be getting in and out of the fight, poking, doing the damage, going for this Manta Skadi. It's not like he's going for like a BKB into like a Basher build where he's going to always lock onto the Storm Spirit and not care.
Yeah.
So all these
Storm
opportunities.
wants to use that opportunity for sure.
Nice blink out from Lion.
Yeah, I thought he was a goner, but he does manage to just get himself out there. Sentry, just out of range of the Observer and the Sentry from Michael as well. Colossal W's for the Lion here. Look at that, right on the edge. You hate to see it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Skadi completed.
Yeah.
23 minutes.
I think it's not as impressive now when you click on like Abaddon and realize that he's kind of close.
Yeah,
Like 1,400 behind on net worth. Like, if this was anti-mage buying Skadi and Abba barely completed Manta, but I mean, Amaru have just done an exceptional job at making this anti-mage not feel like he's truly doing everything.
has fallen.
Yeah, that small window they identified where the Anti-Mage wasn't really going to be much of a threat, despite the start he had, was really key in Amaru just forcing the aggression, finding their feet in this game, and leveling things out. I don't think a lot of teams would have been able to do that. But they found their moment. And despite being a record-shattering timing on this Battle Fury.
It's also like the Scarab Mage is up to go for like a naked Blink Dagger build. So you are going to be seeing, like, if Anti-Mage wastes his Manta, instantly Panda will probably sacrifice his life just to get the silence onto the Anti-Mage. And Axel stays a bit too long on the Radiant side of the map, and he is punished because of it.
Indubitably, Orchid shown from K1. Set that a little bit of time now, and already moving into the Basher as his next purchase.
Okay. So Anti-Mage is opting for the BKB. He understands that pick-off potential, respecting, the Scarab Mage, the Abaddon, even just kind of the roots of the Underlord. Plenty of tools to keep Anti-Mage in place. He doesn't want to have any random deaths. 7-1-1 on the Anti-Mage. And Aegis most likely going the way of Amaru. It would be unhinged if there was an attempt to steal it from the state of the minimap. Close to impossible.
Certainly. I mean, I do feel like Estar probably should have been more aware of that. I don't know if that was contestable. What do you think?
Not really.
No.
You're not running into the ball. Like, we've just seen how impressive the team movement of Amaru was. And it really just goes back to just how, kind of, putting it bluntly, how useless the Axe is right now in the grand scheme of
Yeah.
Estarvac's win condition. It's just like, he's got consecrated wraps. He's got a blink. He's going Lotus. Like, he's never jumping. Like, of course, jumping Underlord and Abaddon as an Axe, you're not killing them. And a Storm is quite hard to find anyways. So it's not as if it's a good Axe game. It's just like, he has nothing to lean on, at least. So I feel like for Estarvac, their biggest kind of win condition and kind of way to get back into this game is waiting for Parker to say, I found my jump, now we go for the kill.
Angel spotted out in the mid. Consecrated Wraps ain't gonna save you from this amount of magic damage. He is gonna go down and Jeddick grabs a kill. PB immediately looking for more. Doesn't have the most mana to work with anymore though as he picks up this Arcane Rune. And looks to back up K1 as he barrels it down the middle lane. Aegis on PP though, he's feeling invincible, and that's because he is. But Parker still shoving down this bottom side pretty aggressively here. Underlord has turned up, but he's got himself the ultis to jump up and get on top of Pokon. They want to force out this BKB from the Ember, and they will. Ember, fortunately, just using this BKB to back himself out. I want to say it, but
The line's been drawn though. They're going to do the wraparound Estarvac. They're going to try and potentially even smoke here and cut behind them, but they have the vision on Amaru on the high ground. They have really good positioning here. K1 just hitting for free. They're going to go into the Storm.
It's an Aegis, don't forget, so it's just a singular life as the Axe. Oh no, that's not an Axe, that's a Rubik. jumping in and getting the two-man cool. Pretty cool from here. Parker going in deep here. Has the BKB available when he wants to use it. Wants to try and hold it for as long as possible. Gets on top of the Underlord, and the Underlord's going to die now as well. Michael's already fallen, and Angel's dead as well, but the AM is still uncontested here. BKB used as K1 gets on top of Parker. Parker just going to try to trigger the borrowed time and get himself out. Blinking away to the side, realizing that Pokecorn is gone, and wanting to just kind of leave this one. Although PP is getting low, but Anti-Mage just does not have that 25 talent. Still very early on in the game here, of course, so Storm can do what he wants. And there you go. I mean, Amaru just absolutely destroy Estar. 4 heroes dead. What a win from them.
Yeah, they just held each other's hands, right? And even though Anti-Mage kind of found a decent entry, the Aegis on Storm Spirit was so important. Because they had to brush off the initiation from line. Anti-Mage just reset, and then, Winter Wyvern, sure, you set up an Underlord kill. Parker also then finds the Scarif Mage after, but you've kind of utilized all of your aggression to get this, and K1, PP, Rubik, there's plenty of kind of items and tools in play that they will be able to kill Parker if he ever wastes a blink.
Is there any world there where you can just take all the Storm's mana and then just leave him, save their mana void for something else, or even use him as a bomb in the fight? Like, does that line of thinking ever exist?
I mean, there is an argument that you could leave him, but he has 19-1 charges, and I just don't think that's really a possibility. I think you either need to get the Storm kill reset, let the fight breathe for a second, because what happens is, like, once they get the Storm kill, they continue really pushing the limits, and like the Ember and the Wyvern, even the Lion to some degree, they overcommit next to the Abaddon, and you could argue it's like, if you get the Storm Aegis into Underlord kill, walk back to high ground, get full mana, you're probably going to be able to defend top racks. So I think in the moment they might have got carried away, but it's very easy to...
Parker getting jumped
like
here. He has the Manta, but he gets bashed the moment he comes out. Oh, that was really lucky for K1.
The root. Force.
Parker holding that BKB forever, turning around, trying to get on the Storm. Storm in trouble. PP, is he going to blow? No, he's not. It's Parker that goes down instead. K1 bashes him again. Oh my goodness, the timing on that bash couldn't have been worse. Tip that, man. Absolutely. The golden hands today. Pokecorn trying to get himself out. I can't wait to see a replay of that one, but Pokecorn trying to get away. Orchid is there, forcing out the BKB, but he's not going to use it. There's no point. He's already gone. Tip's coming out. Amaru, they're feeling it. You can get your Battle Fury as early as you like, but Amaru is still feeling absolutely confident. K1 feeling like a god in this game.
So he
Bash is the right man.
So in a second, hold on. He gets rooted, turns around. He could have bombed there. He could have bombed there. He didn't get.
Oh,
bashed.
he just
died. He just
cancelled it.
Yeah, okay, he didn't get. Yeah, this was awkward from Parker.
My bad.
Very good though from Amaru once again to just keep making the moves. Just keep, like, they see an opportunity, they just go. Like, they're not allowing Parker to have this freedom. And like, I think under that pressure, I think Parker every fight in the back of his mind, he realizes, like, I have to win this fight. I need to get the kills. There's no like team in this moment. They have all the control and setup for him. But as an anti-mage, like, this type of game is like one of the hardest anti-mage games because of that kind of reliance on his impact. And he just didn't clutch up in the moment. He didn't get the Storm kill, quick blink out.
Couldn't utilize it. They will be able to catch the Rubik here at least. Parker jumping in, looking for more. Underlord trying to escape here. Mana Void just to cancel that TP, and the call will be there from Angel as well. So it'll be a double kill for Pokecorn. A little bit of money going to someone else on the team won't hurt Estar backs, and they stay a little bit too long after the range barracks here, and it does cost them a couple of kills on Amaru.
But yeah, I'm trying to think, like, is there a point where anti-mage truly becomes like a bit more of like the 1v9 kind of carry? Butterfly will be a good item point for him. Sure, there's a Bloodthorn in the game from Abaddon, but still, I think with Mantis and BKBs, there's lots of tools that Parker can utilize. I mean, for Amaru, it's a matter of just, reset, kind of regain, I think, your understanding of the map state. Because if you get carried away and just keep running it down lanes in the hope to, guys, we're about to get mega creeps. It's 30 minutes into the game. Like, we're going to beat this anti-mage. It's okay. Like, don't worry. You might fall into the trap of, letting the anti-mage kind of re-enter. But Parker, is he? Yeah, he's going for it. Cool.
Going for what?
Rush. No, the butterfly.
Oh, yeah.
But he had the disperser in his quickfire as well. Because he has two components of butterfly, but then queued up disperser. I am going to
That would
assume he's going to
kinda-
run over.
You would hope, but then again, judging by that Mana Void play earlier, I'm a little concerned that he might be second-guessing himself a
He's
bit too
kind
much
of-
this game.
Yeah, because he's kind of there. That's why I'm like, I just guess he changed his quick buy in the assumption that he's going to walk to shop and just click it anyway, but he might actually just not be going for butterfly. And Lion gets picked off mid. PP chasing down the lane. Has a 9-second BKB as well, so that's why he's a bit more confident. Panda setting up on Anti-Mage. Manta to get rid of the silence. Instant Croaker.
Thank you very much, Mr. Croker. Always there to help out when you least need it. Alright, straight up going Disperser, it seems. A casual
So-
Claymore in the backpack.
Yeah.
That is weird.
Okay.
Yep, he's
Oh.
actually selling the, sold the Claymore.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
Okay.
I know what that means. T-Governor does not approve.
No, I mean, at this stage of the game, I think Parker, he just, like, Butterfly, it's a very cool item for Anti-Mage, very good for him. But I think the mentality of Parker right now, it's not the long fight, it's the, I want to jump in, and I need to blow up whoever I jump. He doesn't want to play the 2, 3, 4 blink Anti-Mage fight. He wants to play the 1 blink and I am done. So I respect it because that's his read. It's more just, it just continues to level up that intensity. The entire game is like Amaru functioning as a cohesive lineup, making these moves, understanding
is-
approach timings, doing this.
If that's your read on the game, then where is the Basher? But then I do suppose you've got Lion and Axe with you, so in theory the
Yes.
lockdown shouldn't be the problem.
Exactly. Like you are 100% utilizing your team here.
Wrap around again.
Going for the smoke, like this is why they're buying Disperser. They want to find a jump. PP in the river, jumping up. Maybe Axe can find him. Whew. No, he doesn't.
Do not PP in the river. That would loot it for the fish. Jump in, chains out onto Genek. Finger into the Aeon disc. That's not ideal. Good call coming out from Angel onto both Genek and K1 as PP gets Michael on the backlines. Parker looking for an opportunity here. Can't really find it. He's running out of teammates as well as Angel's fallen as well. Genek still alive through all of this, but big Mana Void coming out. Both the supports are dead, but K1, he's still absolutely fine and absolutely chasing Parker till the end of the earth. And Pokon and Parker, all they can do is run away from this horrifying Abaddon. They cannot fight them. Close fight by all accounts, though.
It really feels like they just wish they had a way to have that cheap lockdown. And of course, you could argue there is a Lion, there is an Axe that is available, but smoking in the river, playing on the low ground, bumping into a Storm Spirit of all heroes, unless you already have the Vision in play and Lion ready, you can't rely on the Axe. Like PP is always going to be able to dodge it. So it is very close. And another thing as well for Disperser that we didn't mention, of course, is another layer of Dispel into the silences, into the roots. He now has 3 defensive tools to make sure he can continue trying to clutch in the fight, where Butterfly would have been more maybe right-click damage. There is the burst potential of Disperser because of more mana burn. There is the survivability of it. So there is a lot of logic behind it. And you can see the confidence of Parker is like slowly growing. Ember doesn't have BKB for 17 seconds. Mystic Flare is missed. Lotus Orb.
From the Axe and the Winter's Curse as well. They need to get him out of here. 10 seconds still on that BKB, but I think Pokon's just about going to survive this one. The Storm's
dead.
actually going to die. Axel! God! What a Winter's Curse from him. He was only doing it to save his buddy, but actually, turns out he gets a whole damn Storm kill out of it. Is that his first death of the game on the Storm as well? Second, but godlike streak still. What a way to go.
Dire
What
are
a
scanning.
yeah.
Radiant's top tower
Okay.
is under attack.
Estar almost accidentally finding themselves a way back into this game.
It's a classic anti-mage game. You make a couple of mistakes and you start second-guessing yourselves, and especially like Winter Wyvern. You've got Abaddon who wants to always get into melee range. There is that clutch potential. Going towards Roshan. Amaru have to contest this. Placing the wards on Exo. Instant deal though from the Underlord.
That's tough.
They were
K1
jumping
getting
in.
onto Ember. Ember lifted up as well. The Lotus got to be there from the Axe, trying to keep him alive as Parker just jumps in on the back, going on to the Underlord. Underlord thinks about escaping, thinks about it twice, and will not get away. He's dead. No buy on the Underlord, but the Storm comes back in, and Parker just being held still inside the cold embrace, which he does need to be there, but he's just orchid it up and taken down. Parker is gone. Immediate buyback, though. He wants back in. They don't want to give up this Roshan. And in fairness, his teammates are still alive. They can keep the fight going if they want. But he's got to deal with mid first.
I mean, they need to deal with the waves, need to shove them out. Again, Storm Spirit not having buyback, he could be on cooldown as well. You could argue maybe Estar can look towards the Roshan, but they can't just go and hit Rosh. They don't have clean Rosh damage. They need to make that sweeping smoke move, find a pick off.
And PP, he does not like building the Saghanim Scepter, is what I've noticed. He tends to just prioritize a lot of other items first, and will maybe go for it a lot later on. Perhaps if he gets like a refresher shard from Roshan or something like that, but it does just mean they don't have that late game team fight from him. Still very strong, of course, but
Just walked into the pit to want Estar.
they have indeed, and they're immediately going to look for the opportunity onto the Ember, but the Ember's just straight out. But Parker, he doesn't have a BKB right now. They need to get him out of here, and they will. They will just
paying off.
Yes, exactly. Purging that silence off himself and staying in the mix. Ember getting back, looking to defend. Wyvern getting back into the mix. Roshan. Oh, AD up on Parker.
Ooh, these golden braces, so you got to be careful.
I did not like that. As a finger into the A on disc once again.
What a curse.
Jumps in, but another amazing curse. And Parker's just using the opportunity to turn Storm Spirit into a nuclear bomb. Bye-bye, PP. He's out of here for good this time around. And Parker gets on Banner as well. 4 dead on the side of Amaru. All that's left is K1, and he's on another continent right now, leaving this Roshan over to Estar backs. Amaru, they had this game on a silver platter. Everything was theirs, but a few hesitations, a few misfires, a few buybacks, and all of a sudden, Parker is back into the game. Estar backs are back into the game.
I mean, it's not about that. It's Axel is into the game. The Winter Wyvern, the curse at the top side.
Absolutely, good lord.
I mean, he is finding the entry. He is finding the ability to enable everyone else to shine, right? Like, of course, you saw the Underlord Sky die and in the previous fight. In this fight, he enables Parker to blow up Storm Spirit, burn all his mana. The BKB was still on cooldown by a matter of seconds. And that is why you want to have, Winter Wyvern in the late game. There's always that clutch factor. And Estar needed some clutch factor to even be in contention in this game, because Amaru, they were just playing so efficiently.
K1's going to show himself. Pop the borrowed time pretty early here as we have a pause out from the Underlord and a disconnect from the Abaddon.
It was a bit of lag. I had a bit of lag too, so
well. Yeah. Ooh, all right, gives us some time for reflection, that's for sure. Abaddon's jumped in, popped the borrowed time very, very early here. Does not have a BKB, by the way. Maz the Manta, of course, but that is going to be it. So the Hex timing from Lion could change everything here. Skyroth is nearby, but all he's got is Glimmer in terms of defensiveness. Rubik will be back in a minute as well, but also doesn't really have anything to help out.
He doesn't have buyback on Anti-Mage. This... Ooh,
also true.
So on
and he doesn't have buyback on Abaddon.
No.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, both don't have Abaddon. Both don't have buyback.
Yeah, cool. Okay, I don't think
ignore me.
Parker's going down.
I meant Abaddon. Sorry, I clicked Anti-Mage, but no, Abaddon doesn't have buyback. And at least, if he had Blink right now, it's kind of okay because you get borrowed time, just Blink, whatever.
Yeah.
But
he blinked in.
I can't. I'm really worried for the sake of how hyped this game has been.
Is this the end?
That it is just going to be. Is it just Abadai, tier 3 taken, tier 4s get taken?
The Underlord will be back soon. It's hard to push into him, right?
It's just an Underlord. We're assuming Abba's dead. Storm has no buy.
Is it over?
Part of me is concerned. Like, at least if you look at the dire base, you could maybe hope for some like shenanigans of creeps, but the tier 4 is very healthy.
I mean,
right, we'll see. They're gonna unpause.
You got to prove what this play was about, because you just blinked into your death. If you just blinked into your death to just lose the game like this, then I don't know what to say.
Lift back from Rubik.
It helps.
There it is.
Helps
That's
a lot.
the saving grace. We're in the clear, boys.
All right. Trusting his Rubik to get him out of there. The shard on the Rubik, yeah, that was the save. I was looking at the items, not at the spells. Now onto the barracks, though. Still going to be damaged, but 30 seconds on PP.
Surprised that Estar didn't go a bit more crazy there. Like, if they had anything to stop Rubik from casting his spells, then K1 just dies. But they're playing discipline. They don't want to overcommit. That was the problem in game 2. The overcommittal at the tier 2. Aegis for 3 minutes 30. BKB in the backpack of Parker. So it's not as if it's going to be a quick little Aegis post Aegis.
They got lanes to deal with, though. Top lane is severely pushed in, so it's time to leave. Can't let these creeps just take another tier 4 for free. Spend enough time outside of base. It's time to reset, so... Game definitely falling back into a very, very neutral position.
I mean, after Aegis, there is going to be a 1 minute window that Parker doesn't have buyback. So if there is a chance that Amaru has like time to buyback usage and is looking at the Aegis timer, there could be a pretty cool window to smoke. You know, you try to jump anti-mage, you abyssal pre-BKB, you throw, you know, the entire kitchen sink at his face. There's a opportunity that Amaru can try and just regain some footing in this game. Even with the kill lead and the very, very slight net worth lead, it means absolutely nothing. Positioning, as always,
Lag again.
so critical for Estar. There is a little bit of lag. But hopefully it's not affecting the players. At least for Angel, he knows his job. Both Angel and Pokemon, they just got to jump into the middle engagement, just be this really noisy, chaotic kind of blob of aggression. Enable the Winter Wyvern, the Lion, and the Anti-Mage, you know, them to shine. It just takes one curse on Storm or Underlord, and you know, Anti-Mage has done his job. Burn the mana during curse.
Yeah, that combo is pretty clean and pretty easy to get off for the most part.
Dire are scanning.
Excel has been extremely
scan
reliable
connects.
this game.
What a scan, actually.
Yep.
Really, really good at battleships.
Has been caught here and will be sunk. Give him a finger, give him mana void, why not? Level 25 hit, minus 50 seconds mana void cooldown. That is scary this game, to be fair. When you have like 3 really, really good mana void targets, this talent is just obscene.
The fact that Parker's buyback comes back in 2 minutes, and he's like, yeah, it's fine, I'll farm buyback in that time. He full buys out for an Axe Blessing.
It's just so greedy. It's just so much.
It's greed, but also it's trust. There's so many different ways to phrase it, but I think right now, he's seeing the team step up in the team fights, connecting on their spells, knowing that he can connect.
Immediate jump onto Park here, of course, has the Aegis, so he's not too bothered by this. Immediately absorbing an Axe. Gets into his courier and then just immediately absorbed into his soul. Amazing counterspell usage.
Alright, 24 seconds left on Aegis. If you click on Anti-Mage and see him suddenly have an Axe Blessing, you 100% know he does not have buyback.
It's almost
especially
like,
with the fact the timer.
I know that these guys will read it, but like, to me it's almost like I'm not sure I'd spot that if I was playing. I wouldn't really spot the guy but like filled up an Axe Blessing, and so it's so unexpected. Maybe the power of illusion could be strong. He's even bought a shard. My goodness.
Buyback in 60 seconds. How much gold left until you get it back? 3,000.
3,000. All right, just yeah, nice 3k GPM. I'm sure that's possible. Maybe with a rampage. Guys, just give me a rampage and I'll have buyback. Just what you want to hear from you, Gary.
It's rampage or bust. That's pretty much it. Amaru smoking down the mid lane. They've been struggling to find their connection. Unable to really kind of lock down the necessary heroes and get the kills. At this point, you might even argue jumping the Winter Wyvern could be a the key piece in their success. Yeah.
This guy is a huge problem. Axel has been our MVP, bar none. no net worth advantage at 44 minutes. Crazy. Yeah, that's a graph and a half.
It's your stereotypical anti-mage graph, to be fair. it's like win, win, lose, 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 win, lose, 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 win! Ooh, okay! And then...
We're so back. Oh my goodness, he jumped on the bottom lane there, immediately going to jump in, but he doesn't get off the counter spell and the BKB, but now he's got to fight, and I mean, K1's just cooking him. Parker needs to leave. His BKB's running out, doesn't really have a target. Sees Panda here, he's going to have to go from, oh my god! That at Skyrath Mage just got absolutely obliterated. Angel jumps in, gets a call off onto K1. K1, by the way, still has not used his borrowed time. There is still a factor here. They're going to try and force it out of him now as Parker jumps in, and there's also Michael on the sidelines. PP's going to jump on him, but he's sucking, so he's invincible. As now they jump in with Angel as well. Call's going to come out.
He has
Parker
Arcane Rune.
Still looking for his opportunity. Tries to get on top of K1. K1 is going to die. Bound goes the Abaddon, but can they get more? Yes, they can. Underlord also to fall. 3 dead on the side of Amaru. PP gets away, as does the Rubik. Estar, they lose 1.
They just didn't have enough damage. Amaru, the fight lasts so long. Esterbacks just keep kiting in and out of the fight. Multiple cold embraces. Axe, of course, able to live on a sliver of HP. And for Amaru, they just weren't able to connect their heroes onto a single hero. Panda disappeared quite early in the fight, and the Underlord, he Fiends Gates in, but he doesn't try to go for like the heroes that Storm and Abra are going on. Storm also enters the fight just a little bit later, and that's where Esterbacks once again shine in these longer, drawn-out fights.
Yep.
They're not pushing it too quickly, and there you go. Buyback is now available for Parker. A successful fight, multiple kills, no problems here at all.
And buys a new item.
Imagine.
Onto the high ground we go. Fortification forced, buyback from the Underlord. That's your high ground defender, but it is a dieback potential if they can get on top of him. Back again. Mystic Flare dropped on him as well. Get him down to about, say, 60% HP there. Cold Embrace heal is getting insane this late into the game. K1 coming back. They will respect him on the side of Estar back.
Well, now K1's turn. He buys a BKB. He doesn't have buyback.
But that's a
He's
neat
feeling
trick,
like he's just missing. I want to copy what you're doing. He feels like he's just getting a little bit too kited in the fights, right? But from some random stuns, some roots, and whatever.
Oh yeah, I completely.
He's not able to have continuous damage. And in all of these moves, though, the tier 4 is slowly getting chipped down on Esterbacks. So there is maybe an argument that that could become an eventual plan for Amaru. You know, pushing a wave that's always getting shoved in top. You go for like a rat play, force the glyph, reset one more time when glyph's on cooldown. There's always a chance that the game progresses, especially if we get to tier 5 neutral items. You start throwing in some additional damage into the mix, and it's something to consider. But Amaru, they're smoked up. They're just hoping for a clean kill.
Doing it the old-fashioned way, throws down a remnant, and then just runs down back to base to push out. But he needs to be in the fight right now, as they've already lost Panda. And that should just be that. I don't think they'll commit to any more here on Amaru. Trying to poke out the base, trying to see if they can get anything in their Blink Dagger. Skyrath, but unfortunately he does just get 2 shot by the anti-mage at this point. 4 attacks is all it took.
They really need to deal with this top wave. It just keeps coming on.
Yeah, I mean, Ember tried. He ran all the way down mid, and then just the moment the fight started, just remnanted straight back immediately.
They've lost the tier 4 tower.
Exposed.
Oh. Okay, the game continues.
God, he would just, I mean, anybody, I feel like Parker's just like immune to stress, kind of. Well, no, he has made mistakes, but everybody else is just watching Parker play without buyback, like they're watching their tier 4 go down. It's just like, oh god. Oh no. You gotta keep that stress out of your mind. You gotta stay calm, stay calculated.
It's also just like a matter of like, I'm surprised that Esterbacks have had such a priority on playing the bot side of the map, because you've taken mid racks you could just shift yourself to top. Of course, Roshan is going to spawn on the bot side, so right now it makes sense. But I'd like to see them post Roshan really have a priority on like playing top side, like enabling one wave to constantly go through top. It feels like you're giving a last, ditched hurrah for Amaru. But again, with Roshan in play, it doesn't really matter. I'm sure they'll happily trade a tier 4 for map state.
They're gonna kill it in time, right?
Easily. Yeah, don't worry. Like, that is not in question. They're good. They're good.
But yeah, even when he starts moving, you still got a few extra seconds to whack him.
Yeah. Aegis and Parker again trading BKB for Aegis. It does open up for some instant lockdown to be thrown back onto Parker once again. Is there anything picked up by... I feel like there's not really been major item progression from Amaru. The biggest thing will be the Storm, who's about to complete the adjuvants.
Michael.
Dude, where's Zeus actually? Come on.
Zeus ult now.
Yeah, please. Yeah, you can see on the minute Parker's drawn the line. He's like, play top. Do not let this wave get into base. We are sick of this lane. And again,
they've got a big wave mid. That's going to push in. They've also got barracks mid, which help. So
yeah.
It's just a top lane they need to deal with. No one can really get out onto the map particularly well. I mean, bottom has a lot of range creeps from the Radiant. They have super range creeps as well, so this will push a bit.
They have to deal with bot lane as well, but to be fair, bot lane at this point, it could be like Anti-Mage goes through Twin Gate, pokes his head bottom, pushes one wave Twin and Manta. But everything we've just said about top lane, you still need to respect the bot because of that. The range barracks advantage is naturally going to shift in.
Let's not forget,
I really feel like at this stage
is in the game, so that portal to just threaten that base is going to be in play at any point.
I mean, you can even fake portal, just fake portal, send it to the base to Ancient, make one guy TP, then you take a fight in your triangle, right? Yeah. Like,
let's go. Oh well.
I mean, the intensity of late game, these things, it just takes one bit of miscommunication, like, oh, they're porting base, and suddenly Anti-Mage TPs or something, and
it's so funny.
Storm zips in.
Just look to the base there.
Sorry. Nah, he knows I was, telling a story. Bot wave, though, is crashing into the Estar backspace. Parker jumping into the high ground.
Extremely quick onto K1 there, actually. It wasn't Parker who got Bissell there, it was K1, and looking at Panda as well, but the division isn't going to be there for Panda, so he actually gets himself away just under the cover of the Glimmer Capers. In the back lines, they're going in pretty deep here. PP jumping around, dancing around, having a lot of fun. As Curse comes down, not onto anybody, so it will be Genek just eventually going down here in the back here as he's really trying to play around. And as you can see, creeps are on the high ground. You've got to be aware of this. Side of the base, K1 looking towards the Axe. Axe still has that BKB for cover though. They've lost their melee barracks to these creeps, by the way. Anti-Mage finally peeks, and Anti-Mage is the one to TP. Oh no, Pokon. No. TP's back, that's fine.
Perfectly fine.
They have the same looking silhouette on the TPs, I'm sorry.
They TP back and they're going to go for a quick reset. They still have Aegis.
There is an AD.
They did lose a Rax, but it kind of doesn't matter in reality. As long as Estabats can, as long as they continue applying the advantage of having Aegis forcing in your base, you just send the Ember to the side, he pushes it out, you need to go back, but...
Jules going to spot the AD
Amaru.
Yeah, there you go.
Underlord keeps pinging the bot racks, by the way. Just to remind you, I feel like Underlord might even be throwing in some words of encouragement
to the
He's
creeps.
Pinging the base.
You can do it, creeps. Get him.
You got this.
I think that'll help somehow. Amplified damage on the Anti-Mage. Aegis is there. Refresher Shard, BKB, anything you could want for your minute 53 Anti-Mage. Now is the time, and Rubik is spotted, and he's just going to get blown up, but not quite. Still alive for now, but there he comes, the Mana Void. They will take him down. Parker, though, backs away, goes over towards Panda. Panda's also going to fall. Buyback used from the Rubik, but not from Panda just yet.
Oh, accidentally got the call.
He almost caught PP there. Axe dragged back into range of the tower. He's feeling pretty strong now, Angel, at last. It's taken him a long time to get to this point. They want to get this bottom barracks here. In they jumps. There's the Aghanims from the Storm Spirit, but the follow-up, it's okay. They managed to catch one, and maybe they'll get Pokon as well. Pokon gets off the BKB in time, jumping across all over the place to try to get out of here. But Yenek is there in the back lines. But is the call's going to be there? But Yenek's still absolutely fine. I mean, this Rubik is just tanking through everything at the moment. Finger's going to come out onto him. He's even got a counterspell to play with. Surely Yenek goes down here without the buyback available, but another counter spell comes out from him. Surely he dies. How many spells are he gonna fucking counter? Finally, Genek falls without buyback, and now they have to hold with 3. Angel went so close to dying to that Rubik there, by the way. So, Pokorn buys back, Michael buys back, but both the supports from Amaru are bought back, and they have both now died. Refresher Shard used on the Ember Spirit to get all of his remnants back to help him go back to base to defend. That's clutch.
It's under attack.
So there's a 5-on-3 in K1. He buys the Refresher, hoping that he can maybe get 2 borrowed times off in the fight, and that can be enough, but can support, so no buyback.
Yeah. I mean,
Parker
he's
just
given
wants
up
to
his
move
own
towards the
buyback
top.
as well for this. Jumps in onto the AM, chases him off. At this point,
They
it's
have to
just
push this mid-wave.
delay.
They need-
Delay.
Yeah. There needs to be some incredible clutch to make sure they don't get Mega. Parker just jumps in though.
He does indeed, and the call
No
is there
BKB
from
for
Angel, just
25.
dragging him out of situations, getting him into this awkward spot here, K1. The K1, I mean, you've got the Refresher, but will you ever have the mana to use it? Nice electric
Yeah, the damage to
vortex
Parker.
coming out. Parker has to blink away, but he's not going to survive it. The ticks are too much. He's down. Buyback use immediately here from Parker, but is he TPing back into the fight? Yes, he is.
He
Buys
bought
through
two.
to
He
travel
bought both
2.
two.
He wants to end this game right now, and PP would be a great way to do it. The base is falling low, though, to these creeps on the Radiant side, and they've defended on Amaru. Excel's back to defend. Their throne is fine. Yeah, K1, I'm not sure about this Refresher because he's never going to have the mana to use it in the fight, so...
It is a bit rough, yes. Like Antimid just has to like sneeze on him and the mana disappears, but
It's an Aghanim's Disperser Anti-Mage, like 2 shots, maybe even 1, and their mana situation gets awkward, but...
I mean, that aside though, PP, he is just really clutching up with these vortexes. Like, the reason why Amaru is even still in this game, it feels like, is because he is hitting multi-hero vortex, of course, into Ember, Anti-Mage, Axe, a triple melee core. It is inevitable that a Storm Spirit is going to find it, but PP, he is at the right place at the right time. Anti-Mage nearly lives as well. He like blinks out, but from all the little bits of burn damage from the Firestorm to the Abbot and whatever,
Yeah,
he does tick down, and like the buyback, it doesn't really pack a punch.
Check back on this later, because I swear Storm Spirit had a Pharasma earlier, but no, he's only got the Witchbone. He either switched up for the Scepter or he actually sold out for it to make the high ground defense. I don't know. We'll have to check back on his items at the end. I don't know if you spotted that. Parker
Jumping in.
away. Yep, another Vortex coming out. They found the Wyvern. Wyvern is the best possible target here, and he's gone. No Winter's Curse. PP still jumping around. Parker gets on him, just using the Mana Void to keep him stunned and get off his mana. That's all you have to do at this point, but your barracks are now being taken. K1, he's focusing on those objectives, just trying to get those barracks down, but Parker goes under the backlines and catches out PP. There is no Storm. Angel jumping onto K1, just trying to keep their barracks alive. Fortification being used for the Megas here, by the way, which could potentially open up a window to win. K1, is there anything to stop him here? Not really, not with the Underlord backing him up. Fingers coming out. Refresher is there for K1, though, if he needs it. Suck it away with the mana drain here as they go onto the backlines. They find Genek as well. Angel, though, he's so low. He's going to die. Buyback available, but Pokon's dead without the buyback now. Amaru, they're smelling blood in the water. 3 versus 4. It won't be an easy finish here, but I think they're going to go for it. No fortification either. Don't really have the heroes just going full send on the throne, though. You need like at least 2 heroes to go and hit to do that. That's not going to work. Roshan's up in 2 minutes.
Amaru, they just need to take deep breaths. You've just got the mega creeps after
So do I,
Esterbacks
mate.
owning the entire map. I mean, fair play. For what felt like the last 20 minutes, backs against the wall, stuck in your base. Maybe they're taking a page out of Richie Gaming's book, knowing how important the international is. You know, they're just making cool, calm, and collected moves. You know, find the jump, get the kill, reset. I mean, all that time spent in the base, they were like, guys, this is the game plan. We had Underlord pinging in bot racks, we had K1 pinging mid racks. Then they make this epic clutch defense, so they clearly knew what their 3-step plan was to get back into this game. And with the no buyback on Winter Wyvern Ember, Amaru looks like they're going to try and force a little bit more whilst they're here. The mega creeps are walking into the base now.
Yeah, and Rubik's going to be joining them shortly, but the Wyvern will be there upon the TP time, and now K1's just going to go for it. Stuns will be there, though. They've got a lot. Call as well, coming on down. K1, no mana left, therefore no borrowed time available after this one. But the Ancient, it is starting to drop.
No glyph.
Hex is going to be there. Parker keeps chasing. Mana Void gets used, doesn't really do a whole lot. Finger's going to be there as well. Parker stays on, and K1, he's getting so very low, but he's not going to die just yet. Parker, he finally finishes the job, and Parker blinks away. He might not even die here. Excelgood also keeping himself alive. Parker gets out despite the Underlord. The Ancient is exposed, and K1 is back. Getting to work, using the buyback to get on top of that Ancient. He's already used a refresher as well, so he's got no second bird time. Angel jumping
Another
in. There's
vortex.
the electric vortex. Anti-Mage may finally be going down, and yes, they've got him, and that should be it. TU hack, don't know what it means, but Amaru Gaming take the win in 59 minutes. Estar.